We poured your image over here to Illustrator, and what we're going to do is, what we do in our bags is we do a 6.5 inch image. And what I do, and this is more projecting for the stage here in a little bit, I go ahead and do a 7.5 inch square. And what this is just to help us line it up in our sewing machine. So we can just make it whatever color, it really doesn't matter. So you're gonna take this over here. We're gonna round your corners a little bit here.
Ooh, rounded corners.
Do like that. I'm gonna move this object directly behind the image. And so what this does, you see, so like whenever I'm printing on it, and so this is gonna be the excess fabric that's left in the bag. So every bag, we quickly found out when we very first released our the custom series we did, that some of them had bust because we were leaving maybe 1/8 of an inch every bag.
So it's called the bleed space?
Yeah, essentially, I mean, it's essentially just whenever, and you'll see a little bit later when we go to trimming it and everything. It's just that excess fabric so it can't come unraveled through the seam and create a bust on the bottom of the bag. And we found that 1/2 inch space on either side of the bag has been really just the perfect space. It's not too much fabric inside the bag, so you still have the right proportion of fabric to resin.
So just protection.
Right.
Cool.
So we're gonna group this. I'm gonna move it up here, cornered, and then number one thing, and me and Matt Longoria must have laughed about this 500 times. So you see on other ones, all these images are backwards.
Yeah.
So you gotta flip them every single time before you print them, because then when you print them right, it's face down. So
so that's how that mistake happens a lot.
Right. Yeah. So like John gave you those Bonnies and they were flipped. He just didn't flip the image.
Gotcha.
And the amount of bags I have in here that are backwards is uncanny. Like we'll see some at some point. So from here, I generally run a print test, especially with something with a lot of colors like this. I tend to run a print test just to make sure that we're not going to get a lot of lines in the printer.
Right.
Or if the print heads need to be cleaned, you'll see like lines in the design. And there's some lines that won't come through on the heat press, but this looks good.
Yep, I'd hit that.
So now, go ahead and print your other 3.
So it being backwards like that, once it prints, it's forward.
Yeah, so it's printing like this,
Yeah.
right? So then when you peel the paper off, the image is sitting there like that.
Gotcha. That's pretty cool.
Go ahead and get your other 3 printed. Right now, it's super.
So the test page is actually literally a page.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No.
Okay.
This I'm just quite literally testing it. Like if it was bad, I mean, I'd throw it away. Yeah. We lose what 15 cents a page or something.
Right.
But it's worth it just to make sure because, when we're doing batches of 100 sets of bags, right? 100 sets of bags is 400 individual bags.
True.
So then it's 400 pieces of paper, and if I just click File, Print, 100.
Right.
Then that sucker might be going for 20 minutes, and
crazy.
and we've done that. We've done that a couple times. So then your next step here, take it over to Luke, and this is we trim here just like we're in grade school, and the teachers are cutting out the spelling bees.
Cool.
Trim that just to make sure it fits on the heat press because we have a 16 by 24 heat press.
He's got to cut it right on the line.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to.
There's a
It's just because you could fit with a 16 by 24, you can fit 6 8-inch squares. And so we just cut it down because that outside square was 7.5 inches.
Right.
So
now he's got to take it back downstairs to the other
finance.
Yeah.
So then, here, Luke, we're going to shoot these regular squares when we do it.
I got them right here.
Where do you get all these cool posters, man? That's badass.
Oh man, I used to collect them a while back. My dad and I'd always go out to a movie trading company and just see whatever. I'm a big nerd, man. For all this, like most of these cornhole guys are generally pretty redneck, but Luke and I are just big old nerds who wanted to find something to do.
It's badass. Yeah, it's kind of me, dude. I'm a cornhole bag nerd, so I get
There
you.
you go.
Yeah, I bet you when comic books first started getting collected, people were like, "Why are you collecting that book for?" Like, it's just,
Right.
who the hell's Spider-Man?
And then people sell the first Superman comic for, you know, some like $10
Yeah.
million or some nonsense.
Yeah. So that's an actual heat press.
Yeah, so we do sublimation. Just I'm pretty sure every cornhole bag does sublimation. I don't know any that do any screen printing or anything. And I don't know anything about that, so they could. But what sublimation does is it takes that ink, and when it gets so hot, it actually evaporates the ink, and the ink then chemically bonds to the fabric.
Cool.
So that's just a piece of wax paper you sit over there that came with the heat press, and that's to make sure that the paper doesn't melt or whatever else doesn't melt.
So it's like a toaster. It's gonna tell you when it's done or what?
Yeah,
Yep,
so it's
just
the
a 60-second timer. We got
timer
on there.
goes automatically.
Gotcha.
And fun fact, the reason why you can't print on the
Oh, you can feel the heat.
It's
Oh yeah, it's burnt. My hands are all scarred up from burning myself in the heat press.
And you know what? It kind of has. It smells like a new bag. So that's that new bag smell right there.
Yeah, oh, I don't doubt it.
Yeah. You know how you get a new car and the new car smell?
New bag smell.
So this is the new bag smell right
Well,
there.
people sell the new car smell. Do you think we can sell the new bag smell? Like
I think so,
like
yeah.
new bag smell conditioner.
Oh.
So it doesn't smell like fruity conditioner. It just smells like new bags.
I don't know. Half thing could be like I'm getting mesothelioma from being over here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know
For
what?
sure.
I've noticed too is that smell. Like I'll get brand new bags and I put them in a Ziploc bag, and then later whenever I open them back up, I get the big whiff of that smell.
Oh yeah.
So I guess that's what that is.
Like you see all the gas come out,
Oh yeah.
like that was just a waft of.
Man, thankfully today, I mean, it feels good. I mean, it's cold, but it feels good when you're by the heat press for sure. But normally, whenever we're working in here and you know it's in the 70s and 80s degrees. The garage is closed, and man, I made that one mistake one time where I had the door open and the garage closed, and that thing smoked up my whole house.
Really?
It's subtle enough to where I didn't notice it working on it. But then I went inside and I was like, Michaela, what did you burn on the stove? And no, she didn't
It was
do
a whole new bag smell in your house.
Yeah.
How long did it take to go away?
Oh man, yeah.
Was the next day was pretty good?
Yeah, next day it was alright. But it was there all night, I'll tell you that. So now you hone this machine. Now with these, because we're doing them on carpet, I'm actually going to trace your image. On the ones that aren't carpet, we put all the squares together and then we trace.
Right.
And then we have marks on our machine to mark where we put it in for the double-sided bags.
Cool.
But for this,
So how long y'all been doing it here in the garage?
man, we just started. We started beginning of January.
It's badass.
Yeah, so I mean, it's super. It was super daunting at first. You know, we were really like, oh man, we want to, you know, be on the same level as Center and Big D and Throwing Stones, but
You got to start somewhere, man.
yeah, I mean, it's like I said in a couple of the episodes. It's just we're just some guys in the garage that love cornhole. That is what we wanted to do.
Yeah. And how old's your baby?
My baby is 10 months old.
Wow.
So yeah, most of the time I'm in here trying to crank out bags while the baby is absolutely screaming at me from the inside.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad I'm done with that part of the baby stage. But,
Yeah, and this is my first one, so I haven't quite learned yet, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. And so what these are just little marker indicators to show us kind of where the image is on the sewing machine. So that we make sure we can keep the image as centered as possible. And it's super important with things like, you know, this max sitting right here, right? So you have this max in the bottom corner.
Yeah.
You need to make sure you center it to where that bottom corner isn't cut off. So like this image, it could be shifted a few millimeters one way or the other and you wouldn't really tell.
Right.
But with that, you know,
Yeah, because it's right on the edge.
right, you'd cut it off. And like our first series of bags, we had we had the Olympus Cornhole logo down in the corner. So like we were having the hardest time getting the C in Olympus Cornhole to show up.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. The OG Poseidon. Oh, look at the difference. Bigger template. I really like this design.
I appreciate it. Yeah, we had a guy reach out to it, or we reached out to a family member of one of our sponsored players, and he does great work, man. He's super underrated. I hope he gets in the cornhole bag scene because he does very good work.
Sweet.
There you go, Luke.
Foot pedals and everything. Look at that down there.
So the interior line is obviously the image. The exterior is the 7/4 square.
Just get you going.
Sweet. It's pretty cool. You don't even have to do it down and back. You just go right into it.
You just go right into it. Just do the next one. And we'll tell you, this stuff is freaking sturdy.
It is. Oh yeah.
We had some of the guys over. We were like, all right, $20 to whoever ripped this, because we tried and we couldn't rip it.
Really?
Oh yeah. I mean, you could.
So basically, where you start, your starting point is where he was marking it.
Yeah, so yeah, all I'm doing is taking his lines and just kind of lining it up on the rims of the here, just kind of for our template.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of know it's maybe a little bit off on there.
Yeah.
So you try to get them as uniform as possible, but obviously, I mean, we're gonna
Cool. Yeah.
be a little off a little bit, but.
Mm-hmm.
There, got you. So now we just cut these bags out. Now you can kind of see my outlines here, and so like on this side, we missed it by a hair, right?
Right.
So this side I can still come in a little bit, but you're gonna follow when you trim. You still want to keep that parameter. So this side we can cut inside just a little bit.
Cool.
Let's do the rest of these real quick. the worst part in the cornhole making business by far. Is flipping these bags inside out.
Oh, see, I forgot about that. I was like,
So-
why is it?
So now what I do is I run to the corner, flip it through. I have talked with John, Schnizzle Popperski. I've talked with cornhole bag makers all over the country. There are machines for every part of the process except for this one. And
The elbow grease part.
yeah, and these materials are a little more forgiving. But like our first material, the very first Zeus we released, both materials were very stiff, and we did a 2-inch seam instead of a 2.5-inch seam. And that is the worst, absolute worst thing to flip I've ever seen in my life. It is terrible. Here, I'll trade you. It's your turn.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So, what you do is you grab it from here.
You just rip it straight in half, right?
I can even find the hole.
You got 3 kids. I mean,
Yeah.
you're a little rusty.
I feel like, so this is unbreakable, right? I can just,
Yeah. Just work it however you can.
and so the speeds on these, this is like a
These will be a 5.9.
5.9. Cool. Damn, son. I don't know whether to pull or push.
Yeah, that's the.
Okay.
So imagine 2 guys bored in their garage. They've spent $30,000 in materials and machines, and we just thought this was going to be fun. And we're sitting here with 400 sets of these trying to flip them.
It's getting there. Wow. That's super cool, man. Like, just the little intricacies or whatever you got to do to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, everybody that's seen the process, like, oh man, this is so cool.
So even like a big company like maybe BG or somebody, they
have somebody sitting there flipping their damn bags every single day.
That's crazy. Probably his kids. He's like, kids, come here.
That's John made a post and he was like, yeah, I got my kid. You know, he's talked about it on the show. His kids work for him a few hours a week.
This is the perfect
Flipping
kid job,
bags, man. Flipping bags. And you're really not gonna break them. You know, it's not terrible. As far as like the risk of them popping or something along those lines, right? But man, it is tedious. It is like caliber of player. He knows exactly what he wanted, so he's able to do it. Then you have, I'm not sure about Taylor's process. I've never seen any of Taylor's process. And then John, who's a mechanical engineer, right? So he knows. He's definitely. Me and Luke are just average guys who. All right, let's get into making bags.
Yeah.
You know, so
That's what I admire most about y'all.
That's what we found out the hard ways. You know, we definitely found out the hard way. I think we definitely like have much more similarity to the bag brokers with Mason and John and
So we're going right for a pound on all of these.
so the legal minimum maximum is it's 15.5 ounces or 16.25 ounces. We actually go to the more finite measurement in grams.
Yeah.
And it just allows us to be more flexible and be more precise on exactly what's in the bag.
Right. Kind of more Europeanish.
Yeah.
So you excited about being able to bring the hog out soon?
Man, I wish that thing's broken down on me. Whenever I had the kiddo, this garage was full of motorcycles. I'll send you a picture and you can cut it in there. We probably had 10 motorcycles in this garage, and man, when we had the kid, the wife was very adamant. Quit riding.
Yeah, your life changes, man, once you got kids.
May want to redo these.
I used to have
Got the blue.
I actually like how you can see a little bit of teal.
Oh, you like
Do you
that?
want? Do you want the teal come through?
Fuck yeah, that looks badass.
So technically, that's not that. We would have to reprint those.
Ooh, no, I like
Just
that.
because that template was the same that we've been using for the Hades and we've been using the markers. So if this comes through in one of our bags, we generally just reprint it. And redo it.
I had some custom board bullies made with TCL one time, and they used that green carpet. I loved it, man. It's fucking
See it come
badass.
through.
No, the whole backside was green.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it looked,
So do you
looked
want
fucking badass.
do you want black thread to closing seam, or do you want white thread, or do you want a mix of the two?
I guess
we have we have two. You have a bobbin that feeds up and the
Yeah.
top that feeds down. So I could do black and white if you wanted, or I could do both white or both black.
Nah, you can just do white.
Do white.
Yeah, that's cool.
What we do here is, so with this design, of course you have to be a pain in the ass, CJ, because there is nothing over the top of his head here. So what I'll do with these, I'll just make a tiny little mark right there, right there. And so this is just telling me where it opens at, and so where I'm gonna have to close it at.
Gotcha. Because it's hard to tell when it's laying down.
Yeah. Any future bag makers out there, the only advice I have for you, if you go in this with a partner, don't be the one that gets suckered into learning the closing seams. So I get it real close to the edge there. I do about 1/8, maybe 1/16 of an inch in, and then you have your little pedal. That makes it go backwards. Snips. And there you go. One sexy bag for Mr. CJ.
Damn, bro. That is fucking pimp.
Do you have any bags with Johnny Cash on it yet?
Well, yeah, I got those ACL bags.
Oh, really?
The Echoes, but dude, this feels great too, man. It's got, look at that. It's got a natural little flap to it already. I like it.
And we found that with the Maxes.
I'm gonna kick some ass with it.
I mean, you can see both of these are brand new. Like your Poseidon, the first gen Poseidons, these are just so much thicker.
Yeah.
And I mean, you could see it, if you were to lay it over top, you can see how much bigger the new template is versus the old template.
Right. Yeah, it's a lot wider.
Yeah, it's wider, and then I mean you can see literally a half of an inch almost around every side of the bag, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's just a much wider template, and what that does, it allows it to be a lot more forgiving.
So basically, this fast side is the Poseidon side, the fast side, and then this is kind of like a.
And that's the Poseidon as well.
Okay, so it's
Same.
full on Poseidon.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
everything the same other than just bigger.
yeah,
Right.
So, and that's what I mean. Poseidon Max is the same thing. It's all the same as the original Poseidons because a lot of people like that material, and it's a real common material. There's a lot of bags on the market right now that have those exact same materials.
Oh, you know what I forgot to tell you? To put the ACL stamp here, and then put the
And then a
put the
TCL
cowboy right here.
Yeah, I'm sure Trey Ryder and
multi-league.
Chad would be just ever so happy to
Yeah.
let us do that.
The first multi-league bag. That'd be awesome.
I had to rep WSS too. I had to rep WSS. The hat.
Man.
Man.
I still got the board bullies I got. The black ones.
Yeah. So hey man, I'm obviously never gonna throw anything other than an Olympus bag ever again. I have probably like 25 sets of bags, 30 sets of bags. I have a lot.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do anything with them. If you wanna like donate them to somebody or do some crazy big raffle for like $20 where everybody gets a set. Like if we have 30 sets, do 30 spots at $30 and then everybody gets the set or something. You know?
Dude, I'm down.
Yeah.
I am definitely in a relocation adoption center for bags.
Yeah, yeah. And just man, I have so many, and like, I'm not gonna throw them anymore, right? Like
Toast.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Air toast.
Have it, son.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for coming, guys.
Absolutely.
And I guess we can start off with that. You're because you don't drink, right?
I do. Just
Oh, you do?
I don't drink very
He's
often.
bougie, man. He drinks. He's like, we're all, let me get a Michelob Ultra, and he goes, do y'all have Shiner Bock or Ziegen? And we're like, dirty motherfucker.
Hey, that's good beer.
No, it is.
I tried that for the other day.
I'm super picky when it comes to alcohol.
Yeah.
And I have a big sweet tooth.
Yeah.
I'm all about pina coladas.
Yeah.
Anything sweet, fruity.
Yeah, you
pineapple
like
juice.
to just kind of like sip on it or something? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
What
go.
we in the cornhole world refer to as bitch drinks. That's Luke's.
Yeah, some people say it's that a Truly is supposed to be for a girl, and if a guy's drinking a Truly, they make fun of him.
Oh, absolutely.
But I mean, if it tastes good, it tastes good.
Yeah,
man.
and even those, I don't like.
Dude, those taste
None
like,
of the seltzers I like.
Seltzers, and I'm calling out Todd Cotton right now because Todd Cotton kills more light claws than anybody else I know.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, Todd goes through claws like nobody's
Really?
business. There's when they were sitting there for football on Sunday.
That's a White Claw, right?
Yeah,
It's a White Claw?
yeah.
Okay.
We were sitting there and we were doing Sunday Fun Day for NFL season. Man, we are literally just all the games, all the TVs in my living room. Like we usually have like a 4 TV setup with every game on.
Mm-hmm.
And Todd was finished with a 16-pack before the noon game was over.
Damn. Talk about a headache, bro.
Well, and the problem was our other buddy Trey, the Raiders and the Steelers were playing. And, I mean, I got to egg it on, right? I'm a Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
So I got to egg it on. I'm like, all right, every time TJ Watt gets a sack, Trey has to take a drink. Well, TJ Watt gets injured in the first quarter. And then I was like, every time Nassib gets a hit on Big Ben, Todd takes a drink. So Todd is pretty much has alcohol poisoning by halftime.
Oh, yeah. you know me and him played at SIG at Shreveport together.
Who?
Me and Todd.
You are playing in SIG?
We played together at last year's Shreveport.
Oh, and
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, and we both got hammered the first night.
You know, that was one of the first times I ever met you was that crawfish and cornhole tournament.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
That was pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
Didn't y'all beat us? You
Me
and
and my partner, me and Darren.
Yeah, y'all beat us.
We knocked y'all out, and
Yeah.
y'all got fourth. We ended up getting third.
Uh-huh.
That was when, as soon as we beat y'all, that it was up on that terrace, right? And that the wind started blowing like crazy, and you could. I mean, back then we were all very, very social players, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm still not good, but even then I was even worse.
Yeah, and that was outside.
And it was outside,
And
and
it's
the wind,
dark.
and the wind was so bad. If you threw that bag, you could throw it 1.5 feet to the right of the board, and it would blow it off of the left, and not touch the board, not like hit the board and go off. It would blow it off of the left of the board. I mean, it was insane.
There was a guy from California throwing Vipers, wasn't he?
Yeah, there's a guy from California throwing Vipers, and then, man, there was this guy, such a shitbag from North Texas, and I don't know.
Was it the
Like-
white dude or the Asian dude?
No, the Asian guy. He was walking around. He was like, I've never played before and whatever. And he was 12. And he's like, and then they're like, he goes, I got lucky. I've never played before. Well, I've seen him at every 6 since then.
Yeah.
He's like, it's like my mental nemesis. Like, I hope I run into him again.
Oh, you will.
Like,
I've never played before.
yeah, and he was just telling like, because this was, I mean, you were at that event, right? It's
Yeah.
such a casual thing.
Yeah.
Like, even us being two social players
Yeah.
felt like sandbaggers in this social event. Right, and so like we
weren't
were
they
just
throwing
having
Republics?
fun.
They're throwing a carpet bag, aren't they?
Yeah, something like that. We were throwing. I remember I was super picky about my Yetis at the time. Oh, I do not want to get these dirty. I want to keep them in pristine condition. And me and Darren could not figure out anything else to throw, so we threw Christmas sweater Yetis. The amount of times that bag went boom and landed in a puddle of beer, I can't even. I don't know. And yeah, he was just telling people. I mean, it was bad.
Which is the one that's most likely like a Republic?
The Zeus series. So okay, if you go by, let's take it back about a year and a half. Right.
This one right here?
Yeah, the original Zeus.
OGs.
And those maybe not so much. I would say the Gen 2 Zeus is the most like a Republic.
Yeah.
With those, the Republics were said to be the most similar to BG Vikings,
Yeah.
and that's quite literally the same template, same everything of BG Viking. And then the
Dude,
Zeus
these feel
Maxes-
great though, man.
Yeah. The Maxes, man, they have been something else. We haven't, being such a new company and whatever, we still talk to 10, 15 people at SIG. They're like, oh, we never heard of you guys, you know? So that's the big part that we're trying to fix right now is just making sure that people do get to know about the bags, right?
Yeah.
And
What'd you do to break these in?
Those.
those
these-
are hair conditioner.
Yeah.
Hair conditioner? Really?
So yeah, I mean, bucket of hot water.
These are clean.
Well, and he basically did the same thing I did.
Yeah.
On there. So I mean,
Damn, I might throw these against y'all.
yeah.
Go
That's
ahead.
what
I don't know if I
that's
did.
what I've been playing with, and that's what I played at SIG with.
And that was the main complaint about how good that bag feels.
Damn, that's crazy.
Man, that was the main complaint about the first run of Zeus was that, oh, I love the bag, but damn, you have to hit it with a bus to break it in. Like it's they were I mean they were really stiff and they were very little
like,
and
you can see like they unbroke in. Like it's a smaller template, so it doesn't fold as good. But, but I mean,
And so the ones y'all made for me,
those
is this one?
that is the exact same.
the exact same bag. Okay. So yeah, there may be some cool Johnny Cash right here, which is the sexy Poseidon Max. Right there, look at that.
And man, we really wanted to bring all the colorways to bring it up here, but you know, it's something I never. Mason said it on his episode. It's crazy. You go into this thinking, oh, we're never gonna have to get bags again. We're gonna make ourselves the coolest of the cool. Right. I actually don't own a set of bags.
Yeah, we literally everything we've made has been shipped to TCL to sell.
Yeah, and so it's so frustrating, man, because you know I do something like this, right? I want to showcase every color we have, and because I believe there's 3 colors of Poseidon Maxes, 2 colors of Gen 2 Poseidons, and the Gen 2 Poseidons have the same artwork, just the same colorways as the Gen 1s. There's 3 of Zeus Max, 2 of Zeus Gen 2, and then we have 5 colorways of Hades that'll be coming out in Shreveport. However, we're just going to release the 2.
So this is the new bag coming out, right?
Yes,
This is the Hades. The Hades is the new bag. It's a 6'9". It's something to help.
6'9".
It is a
fucking
6'9", and it's a true 6.
It's quick.
It's a true, and like I agree with Mason completely. I hate the speed rating. Like it might be a 6 in my hands, it might be a 4 in yours, it might be a 11 in somebody else's, right? Yeah. But it is in the conditions that I've tested it in. On humid boards, humidity doesn't necessarily bother it, and on super fast boards, you're still not shooting off the back, right? Like these, I was throwing on yours a little bit ago, and they seemed a little bit more quick, but I was still able to keep them on. Yeah. You know.
Is this the same material? Like maybe that's on a Surefire? This one?
No, it's not the one that's on a Surefire. There is some bags that are similar to it in the market. I don't want to go into detail on what those are.
Dude, man, that shit looks like lava, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
That is badass.
And we're gonna launch the magma and the acid color next Wednesday via TCL. Wednesday.
I like how the stitching, like it all just goes together. Like,
oh yeah.
Wow.
And man, we did Stan Wissink did our design work, and he did Stan Wissink is the man. If you need design work done, you've got to go to Stan Wissink. His wait times are going to be long, you know, but that guy is an absolute designing genius.
Dude, these feel great, man.
Well, he's also hellacious fast, and he can be very fast.
Yeah, we ordered a tent. We ordered a tent on Tuesday when you came over on Tuesday.
Yeah, that tent.
It showed up yesterday.
Yeah,
really?
We ordered it, and it showed up the next day.
It showed up yesterday. Finished.
Looks great.
Customized. Everything.
Looks great.
Dang.
Like Stan Wissink.
So he shipped it and everything?
Yeah. So he sent me the invoice Tuesday morning. I paid it. It was at my house yesterday before I left the league. Wow. I was flabbergasted. I was amazed.
Yeah. So is that what he does? Like,
I don't know if it's what he does.
Just like a side gig for him. Like this is a side gig for us.
I've spent enough money with him. I would hope that he has at least a few more customers like me, and then he can definitely do it full time.
Because he does for BG too, right?
He does BG. He does Center. He does. If you've seen the Norris Splats, any of those ACL bags, say Norris Splats, he does that. There's a couple other like specialty yearly events that goes on across the country, and he usually does all the custom designs for those. I mean, Stan is the man. I can't.
You better be the man when your name's Stan.
True, Stan the man. I mean, you got to, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you see my Cornhole Dojo news?
What was that?
So, cornhole scenario. I never thought they'd catch up to their orders.
Did they finally?
I think so because, Gio just got one of those new Jaguars.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they just released them like last week. And now he's already got them.
Well,
so that means
okay, did they catch up on orders for new bags or existing bags?
Exactly.
I mean, you know, that's because
I thought they were like 8 months behind.
Well, that's because that's right. We're talking about not having Zeus and Poseidon and stuff. Well, we have Hades, and it's a new bag, right? We have the materials. We're doing that, but if you would ask me to make a few Zeus's right now, I'd be like, I need to do a count.
I think I got a picture of it, dude. That was freaking cool, man. But you know what?
What else does Cornhole Scenario make?
They make the what is it? They make the Cat 3, which is the mongoose.
Oh, that's right, the Cat 3s.
And then they make that what is that? Kangaroo or?
You got me.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Man, to be honest, I wish I knew more about ACL bags. I mean, I know what I've stuck to, which is, you know, Taylor Stone and WTFs and then BG. But other than that, and just not being still so new into cornhole. I mean, state this year will mark my second year playing. So
This is gonna be your second year? Really?
Yeah. So I started.
I remember one time you and who else? Who was it? You and somebody else kicked our ass at an ACL tournament.
Oh, me and Kenny Boner
Was it Kenny?
at the ACL tournament in Mesquite.
Was it Mesquite? Or was it Garland? It was right here, wasn't it? Right here at the.
At Texas. Oh no, that was me and Eric Smith.
Yes.
Me and Eric Smith, and then we got
Y'all got first place in that thing.
We did.
It was me and was it Michael?
No, wasn't it Jeff Miller?
Oh, it was Miller. Yeah,
Jeff Miller.
Dude, we were throwing foxtrots.
Yeah.
And what were you throwing? Tangos?
No, we were throwing BG Vikings.
You freaking kept flopping and shit. I was like, damn it.
Yeah, that was
Do you know how to flop?
I can do it. Command wise, inconsistently.
Who wins more out of y'all two?
It depends on the game we play. I mean, it's kind of that when we play, it's quite literally, can I land my blocks? If so, I win. If I don't land my blocks, he destroys me. I mean, and it's not close.
He's a slide in the hole guy.
Yeah, and well, that's the thing. He has a cut, and he has so he works around bags super well. I mean,
yeah. I mean, the block isn't detrimental. Like that's the thing. I mean, a block is not detrimental to me. But
No,
it's
not at all.
It's when I start getting tempted, and then I want to get into a pissing match with you.
It's a high risk.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, man, I changed my whole throw to compensate for the flop, and it ruins everything. Like it's so hard to throw it back flat, and you know, because like I'm testing these Hades, right? And it's 6'9", and
Can you flop that?
I flopped it once last night. And
Really?
I think on sticky. So you know, the flop shot is more conducive to sticky boards, right?
Yeah.
If the boards are sticky, which last night they were not, they were hellaciously fast last night.
Yeah.
If they're sticky, I can probably flop them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it'll just do just like the old game changers did when they got sticky
Yeah,
and
they'll
bugged up and just
roll,
flops over.
turn over itself.
Gotcha.
And that's the hardest thing is like I had a roll bag for a while, and I wanted to transition to a flop.
What's your grip?
So I
Is it
started
the same
off
for a flop
off,
or a normal?
No, not at all.
Really?
Yeah. So what I'll do is, whenever I go to throw a flop, I generally press. So butterfly. You know, you're going right in the middle, right?
Here, let me see if I can catch this here. Because that's very, very. People want to know how you freaking flop.
Well, so like for a lot of like traditional butterfly, you're doing this, right? Because that looks like a butterfly with your wings and everything. For me, what I'll do is I'm real big about the contact point on my fingers, where I'm doing here. So when I'm pushing through a bag, my thumb sits on the first link of my index finger.
Right.
So I hold the bottom right quadrant of the bag, and I get it here. So when I'm backloading the bag, it's almost like holding that quadrant gives me like a pivot point to push the nose up.
So it is a turning the doorknob thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And you see Sammy's throw, right? Just the effortless, boom, and you notice he's coming through, and what Mason said, staying under the bag and coming across here, but leaving it
and
that nose up. But what I'll say is, it does feel unnatural because when you throw that, it's not like you're throwing a bag; it's like you're pushing the bag. It's more like a shot put.
So it kind of goes against the rules of flat bag.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
100%.
And it ruins it. Like I throw a Sammy every chance I can. You know, I showed up early to SIG 2 in Mesquite, and he was throwing, and I just talked to him a little bit about it, and was like, man, it's like I've got to flop down. I'm like, we're good. Now how do I go hole for hole with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, and
You
he
know,
went hole for hole at that
he did.
tournament.
I mean, he did everything he needed.
Yeah.
He did everything he needed. I was sitting just behind. So you were right behind Monarca. I was actually right behind Logan Champion.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was sitting right behind him. In that video clip you showed, whenever
Yeah.
you did it, I'm like, you can see me just sitting there like a bear, like, holy shit. I was literally sitting right behind him.
Yeah.
In the last 6 months, he's come alive. Like,
Who?
Sammy. Like,
Oh, yeah, well, yeah,
it's
Luke,
not-
too.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Luke.
But no, I even seen Sammy
No,
because
Sammy,
like 6 months
man.
ago, like you could hold a hole. Like if you went hole to hole with Sammy,
Mhm.
you have a chance. And
Yeah.
if he missed his block or if he cleared his block, but now
Yeah.
he's got it. I mean,
Yeah.
He does everything. And
It's almost like his game was like, please put a blocker down.
yes.
And now it's like, open hole or not.
Yeah.
I'm going in.
What do you got? Yeah.
I think it's pretty. I mean, and no offense to Grant at all, and I'm sure he doesn't take offense to it because
No.
Sammy's like his little protege, right?
No, it's
But
just. It's
I
really-
think Sammy is the best player in the state of Texas, and I think he
And
honestly.
he's not even all the way at his full level yet.
Yeah, and that's what's so crazy is
Yeah.
like, I mean, you realize he makes more than most like 18, 19-year-old kids
Yeah.
do in a couple months playing cornhole.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
it's insane.
No, I know. Everybody says that.
Yeah.
Everybody says, you know what, this guy makes a killing, and he's not even a pro yet.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is like, is it even worth it to be a pro at this point?
It is if you're as good as Matt Guy.
When you get a big sponsorship.
Yeah.
Yeah,
get a
if
big
you can get the big sponsorship, but you can't get a sponsorship if you're under 18. Like,
Without
you
looking at
can't-
your page, who's the top 3 players in ACL right now?
opinion, I'll turn it over.
Yeah.
So
No,
opinionated?
no, points
or-
wise, right now. Top
Points.
3.
Well, something jumped up the other day. I mean, this is 2 or 3 days ago, but singles,
Yeah, singles.
Matt Guy.
Matt Guy, yep,
is
that's
up
right.
there.
Yeah, Matt Guy.
Matt Guy was number 1. Jamie Graham was like number 5.
All I got is 1, 2, 3 right now.
So let's go.
Number
Alex
2.
Hicks.
Alex Rawls.
All right. No, I'm not.
That's Birchfield's partner.
Oh, okay.
Trey was like 4, wasn't he? I think Trey was like 4.
And then number 3,
I don't know who 3 was.
like, off.
He's a rookie too.
Oh, really? See, I was gonna say Cheyenne Renner, but she hadn't really done as great this season.
She's 5th with her partner in doubles right now.
Hmm.
Mark freaking Richards.
Who's that?
Everybody says that. After you say Mark Richards, they're like, who?
Well, good for him.
Well,
I mean, I
exactly.
just thought, yeah, cool.
Yeah, that's what's
Well,
badass.
we're about to learn his name, but
When you start, winning shit like that, I mean, people start, okay, who's that guy? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, dude, and that's awesome, man. That people are, you can see now, especially going on, and it seems like a big deal to us, right? But a couple weekends ago, when Sammy and Luke Anderson were in Kansas City,
God, that was badass.
you know, they're on the live coverage, and I'm thinking, for Texas, we're all like watching a local celebrity in a sense, right?
Yeah.
But the rest of the country's like, who the fuck is that? Like,
Right.
Who
Yeah.
cares? Like,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's a Mark Andrews or Mark Richards, whatever the hell his name is. It's just another guy.
It's so true, man, because I think it was that tournament because let's see, Alex Hicks got to the championship and he beat Burton, right?
Birchfield.
No, the kid that Sammy was playing with the other day against at the championship at TCO.
Oh.
Noah.
Oh.
The other guy,
Oh. Okay.
Burton, right?
Logan's teammate.
Logan's
Oh,
teammate.
oh.
Yeah. Alex was playing him, and they mentioned his name, and I was like, "Oh, Alex is gonna beat him. I'm not even gonna watch it."
Right.
And I did. And so later, after watching that TCL championship, and I find out, like, damn, these motherfuckers are badass. I was like, who is this guy?
Right.
And then they're like, oh yeah, he's such and such, and he lost to Alex Hicks in the championship. And I was like, oh shit, he was that guy? And so then I went back to look at that, and he lost 21-2, Alex Hicks. Like, he just kept chipping away at him.
just
Yeah.
Two.
Yeah, and he actually, I was watching your show, and then one of the episodes somebody asked if that game was available between Alex Hicks and Matt Guy,
Yeah.
and so I immediately, as soon as that show was over, I went and watched that match. Holy cow, man.
Unreal, dude.
I'll say it's pretty boring. Like it is just 12, 12, 12,
Yeah.
12, 12, 12, 12, 12.
'Cause they're
10,
both- yeah.
12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just, and it wasn't like
They're not
hard,
making-
it wasn't hard 12s either, right? It was whole.
Yeah, they're not
whole,
making each
whole.
other miss. They're just
Who has a more effortless throw, Sammy Soto or Alex Hicks?
So, Sammy, I'll tell you why. So we both, everybody keeps talking about, oh, these kids are on the rise, right? I think, you know why? A, there's no worries, there's no stress, there's none of that, right? Like somebody on your show said, there's no bills to pay. There isn't.
Yeah.
You know, you're not thinking about how much you spent to come here this weekend.
Right.
But you know, nothing to those kids, especially young kids like Alex Hicks, who are just coming into some little bit of boy strength, right? Like 11U, that's when you start seeing really refined baseball skills, things like that. Like pitching starts getting good. It's these kids are going full send.
Yeah.
There is no adjustment
no
of power,
You just
right? If I wanted to go full send, I'm gonna go through the garage door. Or you know, if I try to lighten up, I might just shank the shit out of it.
So you're thinking that maybe they'll have a moment of growth spurt where they're gonna have to readjust their game?
Yes.
Yeah, it's almost like singers, right? So I was a music major in college and did a lot of voice lessons, things like that, right? So you have kids that are going from middle school into high school when they hit puberty and their voice adjusts. Like you think, right? Singing is more or less a natural talent.
Right.
Sometimes, I mean, you can learn a lot, but a lot of it's natural. And they go through puberty and they hit that voice
drops. And
their voice drops, and they have to relearn. Right,
Yeah.
they have to readjust. Like
They still have the talent.
they still have the talent, but they don't know what the register is.
Yeah.
Like they thought, all right, well, if I need to sing an A, then this is what I do, right? So, and think about that in relation to this. So you have like you look at Alex Hicks' throw. This kid goes.
He's going full.
He's full back, full forward.
I mean, he does adjust, right? I mean, he throws blocks, he throws flops,
he's doing a step too.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he's so much power, and it's just full send. Like, have you seen that video on YouTube?
How big is his dad? I wonder if he's like a big old dude.
Maybe. Yeah, he ends up being like some 7-foot cornhole player.
Yeah, and he's like, dude, I'd suck now.
The Will Sells, where like you don't really throw it, you just reach over and drop it on the board.
That's what he did just a sig.
But there's a kid on YouTube. He was 3 years old. 3 years old, and he was throwing. I think he threw a 7 or an 8 in the video. And I mean, this kid's got the cornhole personality down. He misses his last bag and goes, and hits the wall. But I mean, but that kid, he's just woo, woo. I mean, just you can tell it's everything he has to get it 27
Didn't
feet.
he win a SIG?
He did. He won the SIG in Shreveport.
I won Shreveport last year, but I'm not going to be there to.
You gotta defend your title, man.
That's exactly what we said. Like, this dude, this is your stomping grounds. You got to come back and claim your.
You got to.
My best friend's getting married on that weekend.
Oh damn, dude! One of those things, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't really do nothing about it.
So,
Well, I mean, I guess you left Shreveport as a winner, and like you retired. You retired from Shreveport.
Yeah. Well, next year.
Nah, that's bullshit.
Next year.
Habib, everybody's mad because Khabib won't fight anymore, right? Because
Khabib's gonna come back.
But
and he's gonna be too old. And that's gonna be his excuse.
I don't know,
He came
but
back too old.
is he gonna come back though? It's not like other people that just retired. He retired because his dad died, and he's not gonna watch him fight ever
Well,
again.
every great has come back.
Yeah, but
Recently,
nobody's done it for like an emotional reason though. Most of them are like, it's my time. I'm just gonna do this. He's like, I fought because my dad was there to watch me fight. My dad died. I'm not gonna fight anymore.
Is he Russian?
Khabib? No.
Or is...
I don't know.
Because I think he's from over there. He had that little furry hat.
Maybe.
So
I wouldn't doubt it.
I'd like to get his opinion on what's going on over there right now.
Oh yeah, no kidding, right?
They just all had, so that's a show.
What ancestry y'all got? What are the Vikings or what?
Dude, I'm adopted, so I have no clue, man.
I would assume Viking. For
Like
you, 'cause
Scottish.
You're freaking big, and you got.
Yeah, I mean, probably. I know. I definitely. My mom's side has some Scottish.
You ought to do that ancestry thing, where they test your
Man,
blood.
I don't know. Is that shit even accurate, man?
Yeah, it's just something,
Dude, because like my sister's one of those know-it-all girls. My middle sister, and she goes, "Yeah, we did our ancestry, and because she's not adopted, she's my dad and my mom's child. She's like, did my ancestry, and somehow we're related to Thor."
That's badass.
And I'm like, what a crock of shit, dude. Like, come on.
Maybe she means the actor Thor.
Not the real Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, we are direct cousins of Chris Hemsworth. I'd rather go with that.
Yeah, I mean, fuck it. Why not?
I'm part mostly Czech. That's Czech Republic.
Oh, that's not. When you first said Czech, I was thinking Czechoslovakia.
It is. So Czechoslovakia
Yeah.
was, but I don't think it's Czechoslovakia anymore. I think it's the Czech Republic.
What's the language there?
I think it's primarily Russian.
It's probably.
Oh, really?
Probably.
Yeah, it's primarily Russian, I believe.
Yeah. I mean, because it's right under Poland. I mean, it is
yeah, it's
right
under
under Poland.
Poland? Oh, yeah,
right here.
definitely.
Yeah, so it's got to
I
be.
think Russia used to own all that stuff.
It did,
Right,
and I mean, you're thinking about like Germany invades Poland. I mean, and I think part German too, because it's just like World War II. I mean,
Kolaches.
yeah, that's I'm a fan.
The stop in West.
Yes, dude. Yeah.
The Kalishnikov.
Yeah. See, you got the little accent.
Kalashnik. That's what it is.
Kalashnik.
You got the
No, the
natural
Kalishnikov.
little.
That's AK. That's Kablovsky. That's what it is. That's
Yeah.
What is Schnitzelpop? What do you think he is? Is he Cause that's a weird last name too.
I wouldn't even get into
That
It's a weird, such a
Polish,
weird last name. He doesn't
Polish.
even. Oh yeah.
Probably Polish. I would guess.
Mm.
John, comment and let me know if I'm right. I think it's Polish though.
Oh, he's gonna pop up underneath that. Hey.
Yeah, probably. Well, I heard that. Obviously, I don't think Szezopoprsky is his name.
No.
His name is, but he doesn't put his last name out there.
Exactly. On
because of
Facebook, you don't put your real
his
last
legal
name.
proceedings and things like
Oh.
that, like have his name on it. And
Gotcha.
So he doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't know his real name.
It's
I would
definitely-
say it if I did, but.
It's definitely not Marquez.
Are you sure?
Well, I don't know. From what you were talking about with your dad, it might be.
I
Right.
don't know. Yeah, you're right. They both got beards.
Could be.
They both got beards. Yeah. But the right way to say Marquez is Marquez. Marquez, yeah.
No, I ain't got it, but.
And then my name is Nieves. So it's 2 syllables. Nieves. But a lot of times people can't say it. They just say Nieves or Nieves.
What would Nieves translate to in English? So like one.
It's, it can either mean ice cream or snow. Fucking
That's
crazy.
awesome though.
Ice cream or snow?
Fucking crazy, dude. And then my brother's name's Larry. Oh my god.
Sorry, I can't pronounce your name, but I can pronounce Larry.
Yeah. Then my sister's name's Ashley. What the fuck, man?
What did they do to you?
I don't know, man. That's fucking. Well, I guess it's because it's my dad's name. They're like, he's the first child, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, follow down.
But evidently, I wasn't the first child. So, I don't know. That's my story in a nutshell.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. Hey, so how did it feel to win that SIG?
It was
Like-
good. So,
did you were you in the king seat? Or
oh
you
yeah,
double dipped?
me and Rockwood Tech. So we played. That was social because that was our first year playing, and me and Rock Ortega, we went undefeated
In doubles?
in doubles.
Oh shit.
We king seed.
Board boys?
Yep.
He loves fucking.
Why so
Yes.
serious?
We
Why
played.
so serious
We played
people
those
is-
WSS board
Yeah,
bowls
he
all the
fucking
time.
loves those things.
Why so serious?
And in the
That's interesting. I thought you were a singles champion, so that means Rock's a champion too.
yes, Rock is too.
I'm gonna start calling him champ from now on.
Yep. The
Wow.
I made a good run in singles at Shreveport.
Mm-hmm.
And then I walked.
Who'd y'all play
into-
against in the championship?
Baron
the Hodos.
Ryan Hodos.
Hmm?
We played Baron Ryan.
Daddy and son?
Yep.
That was
Wow.
their last run in social.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't both. It was Ryan and.
Are you sure?
Ryan and somebody else?
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause no,
It
'cause I
wasn't
think
Baron.
Dad was
It
up
wasn't-
higher.
It wasn't Baron.
Dad's in a higher
I
bracket.
thought it was both.
I think it was Wilson.
Hey, if you
I'm
broke
trying- I
if you
cannot
broke the
remember.
son's heart, you broke the daddy's heart. So you did beat both of them.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Baron.
We broke
It wasn't
this.
Baron.
Yeah.
It was Ryan. It was Ryan, and I cannot remember who his.
It was an
partner-
older guy though, wasn't it? Pretty sure.
No.
Hmm.
I cannot remember what his name was. Sorry, guy. I don't remember.
Man, I remember watching
Second place, man. People don't remember.
But yeah, no, that was we played them in the quarterfinals. And
Oh, so y'all beat them. Y'all knocked them into the
we
losers.
knocked them into losers. They came back to the championship and
Yeah.
we played them in the ship
Did
again.
y'all have a long time to wait?
Yes. It
That's the
was-
thing that sucks about a king seed.
Yeah.
Is that you gotta wait.
Man,
And then, then they hold the champion, and then like the whole bracket's done, and you have to wait until they do the championship matches.
Mm-hmm.
So like
Yeah.
the bracket may be done, especially for social. The bracket was done at
So
7. I mean, it was done at 6, and we didn't play till 11 something.
that's something that doesn't get talked about enough is like king seed problems.
Well,
Like-
you're so right. Me and Luke, we've been since we've been going to these tournaments and stuff.
Hey.
We've kind of started to keep
Your
a-
strap is stuck to your
Oh,
beard.
there you
You're
go.
good. All right. Something else.
we've been looking at like the tournaments and stuff, and more often than not, as long as it's not just a like significant skill gap difference, the loser bracket guys end up coming back and winning.
Momentum.
Or double dipping,
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
or at least
momentum,
taking
repetition,
the
and like even if those two things aren't even a factor, right? The king seed guy just sat there, and more often than not, right? We're all drinking, we're all having a good time. So you're all excited. You're like, dude, I'm in the money. I'm in the king seat. You might sit there. You might have too many. You might just get cold. You might, just relax too much. So then you're not in rhythm anymore.
That would be a nice average to find out.
What percentage of king seats? So
Yeah.
I
In
can
TCL and ACL.
In
Oh, yeah.
TCL, it's been significant. I feel
Yeah,
like.
I honestly, and it's been
very significant.
I'll write that shit down.
that's
That's a stat that I'd love to find out.
Yeah.
yeah.
How often is the king seed getting double dip to lose?
Yeah.
I mean, it
singles
happens.
and doubles.
In
So-
all
so-
singles, doubles, and
Let's
every
think
tier.
about SIG 2.
Because if it's significant, they need to fix that shit.
Let's think about SIG 2, right?
Yeah.
And this is completely opinionated, right? But if they don't lose that momentum on the bag that's thrown first,
Yeah,
and
that's
then
momentum's
if
a
they
real
don't, if
thing.
they don't lose that, I guarantee you they probably win that game,
Yeah,
right? Now it didn't cost them to lose the game, but it definitely changed the momentum,
it was a momentum shift.
and that gave, and it didn't necessarily make Sammy and Monarca play worse, but it made Logan and his partner play better. I can tell you
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
And so they come back and win. Sammy and Monarca were in the losers, and they were about to make the double dip happen, right? Matt Morris got double dipped
Got
in
Matt.
singles
Man, got double dip.
by Xavier Kidd,
Yeah, he
which
was on
y'all
fire.
look out for him. That kid's
Oh, yeah,
on
yeah.
fire, and I've seen him throwing the Zeus's recently.
Yeah,
He hit me up and said, "Hey
he's
man,
got that
these
me
Zeus's
against
are
the
fire."
world attitude too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's I don't know if you've ever seen it. He's a damn good barber.
Oh yeah.
He's like a 17-year-old kid that's a barber.
Hmm.
He's a damn good barber.
Yeah.
But yeah, he messaged me and was like, "Man, these Zeus Maxes are fire," and I was like, "Thanks, dude."
They are fire, dude.
I appreciate it, man, and it's just getting it out there, right? We
Yeah.
gotta get
Yeah.
more people to throw them.
Yeah, that new template move. See, that's what's cool, man. Is that y'all weren't stubborn and be like, no, they'll figure it out. They'll figure it out that these are good bags. They'll figure out how to break them in. Like, no, you know what? We're gonna listen to our people that are complaining about this and that.
Yeah,
It's
and-
more of a
and-
suggestion.
And yeah,
I'm
and
gonna
we,
fix it.
We
Well,
1000% listen because yeah, like this, and I made the reference like this, like the OG, it's I don't want to say too good, but it does exactly what it's supposed to do.
Dude,
You
you should
threw
have
it-
felt those Vikings that I had yesterday. They were like, let me see this. They were smaller than this,
They are,
dude. And they're just, oh my god.
Yeah, so so after the Switch Holio at Ryder Cup, Grant was throwing them with a guy named Darren Eash, which we actually made a big post about Darren Eash. Guy is awesome. We're looking to sponsor him, and he was a naval petty officer for like 24 years. And as soon as he saw the Poseidon, he was like God of the Sea. He's like, I gotta have it.
Fuck yeah.
Bought Poseidons.
yeah.
And then he didn't have them broken in at Ryder Cup. He missed the first drop because we sold out in 3 minutes.
Right.
And then his buddy happened to get Zeus's on the first drop and had them broken in. And he told Grant was like, "You want those centers?" And Darren goes, "No." He's like, "I want to throw the gods." And this this is our debut
That's
event.
what's up, man.
This is our debut
I walked by
event.
there. I saw that.
This is our debut event. We're like Grant's throwing our backs.
That was fucking badass.
This is good.
Yeah.
and Grant debut and Darren too far. Darren's great. But Grant debuted what the bags do, and I actually got Grant's input. I said, man, I know you're another bag manufacturer, but if you don't mind, will you tell me, like, give me your unfiltered opinion? What do you think? He said, if you want a block flop roll bag, this is great. He's like, for me, I made the greeds to play my play style, and that's not my play style. I don't want to do those things.
Right.
It's like, I'll go toe to toe with airmails, or I want to be able to just go to the hole. And he's like, I want a little more forgiveness, and so this is my style bag. He's like, I got lucky because people want to throw what I throw.
How do you spell his last name? Like,
Eash, E-A-S-H.
Yeah.
E-A-S-H. I think I remember like Grant talking to him or something, and they're like talking about strategy or whatever after they won the game. I think it's after they beat Monarca or something like that, and somebody else.
Yeah, that was a lose-lose, or that was a lose-lose and a win-win for me when they played Monarca and Dylan Lopez,
Oh yeah,
because I sponsored Dylan.
yeah, no. That was,
So I'm like,
I was
ran up
watching that
church, wins with my bags. That's
against your
okay.
player.
Dylan loses.
Yeah.
Dylan's throwing Monarchas, so they're throwing Medusas. Dylan wins. My sponsored player wins with any bag. But he beat Zeus's.
Yeah.
You know, so it definitely was a double-edged sword
But the
there.
good thing is it had people talking.
Yeah, it did.
That's a
It
good
did.
thing.
And that's what Grant said. He's like, man, he's like, this bag is not for me because I built the greed to be for me. He's like, this bag does what you want it to do though.
Yeah.
And the issue is breaking them in. That material is hard to break in.
Yeah.
Whereas you have a lot of these bags coming out right now, and our Hades is very similar.
Yeah.
You can't throw it in the washing machine and the dryer, and you can't just run it over with a bus and it'd be fine.
Right.
But with all the delegate bags coming out, it was kind of refreshing to have a
It
bag
was.
that was, you know, hey, you
It was
can
great
do
timing.
whatever the hell you want to
can.
do with this and do it. And so you have a lot of people that went ahead and put them for sale. Can't get these bags broken in. Let's sell them. But now we're kind of starting to see the fruition, right? We just released at the end of January, which was Ryder Cup, right? January 28th, I believe. So we released them then. And now the bags are truly broken in, the ones that are out there.
Yeah.
So you have like Johnny Hendricks. He's one of my sponsored
What
guys.
does he throw? He throws.
He
throws-
throws
he
Zeus.
throws-
He
Oh,
throws
he throws
these
Zeus.
watermelon Zeus's.
Oh,
If
nice.
you see Johnny Hendricks, ask him to throw his watermelon Zeus's. They're not going to feel like any bag, any Zeus that we have released. They do not feel the same, and it's actually the same with Dylan Lopez.
Yeah. Have you been to the liquor store where like there's like a little fountain of water that like says it's an instant chill, or they put it in there for like a minute?
Oh yeah, like it's like
Yeah.
a liquid nitrogen thing. Like,
I don't know. So it works, right?
yeah,
I wonder if they can invent
they
something
can do that for bags.
put your bags in here for 5 minutes, boom, they're broken in. And there's different levels. It's a machine. Like I wanted, you know,
I
don't know
see
if they
no
can
reason why
invent
you
that.
couldn't.
I don't know.
I see no reason why you couldn't.
The science can do all kinds of shit. They do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
What's up, Randy?
What's up, brother?
What was that? Who was that? The TC, they're offering bags that are broken in, right? Paid in extra.
Well, they're already broken.
Well,
we
they-
strongly considered
they
or
are
just releasing
$5
because of how hard these are to break in. Doing the next release and saying like, we'll break in the bags, we'll go ahead and provide them. But you run into everybody prefers it differently. Like you
Yeah.
might like hair conditioner, I might hate the film. You
Yeah.
might like laundry or fabric softener.
You may not want
he
it
may
all
just
the way
wanna
broken
throw 'em.
in. You might want it a little more stiff. So it's like
Yeah.
we.
And so it's just
It's
like
one of the, it's another thing that you can't win.
Well, and also breaking them in artificially shortens the life of them.
it does.
Because what you're doing is simulating throwing.
Games, yeah.
So I mean, some people are like, I don't care. I'll throw my bags for. I'd rather throw them for a year than break them in and get.
Hey, feel the new Hades.
Yeah.
But
Show the
and
camera.
so on the Zeus's, man, they on the Zeus's they just and Dylan Lopez's are the same way. Dylan just
They
throws
are,
and throws, and
yeah.
I keep on Dylan because we've heard such not bad things, right? Like nobody's just straight told us no, these bags are not good. They just told us, oh well, they kick too much for me, or they whatever, oh they're really full. Which when you break them down though, they're not. They stretch and they do all that, right? Like this material tends to be very elastic-ish. When that like as you break in, it will stretch.
Yeah.
And so Dylan and Johnny Hendricks, theirs have expanded great.
Yeah.
And people throw
Right?
theirs.
They feel great. Don't
You
they?
like them?
Yeah. So I have tried the Poseidon and the Zeus,
Yeah.
and I gave up on them because I can't throw that carpet.
Right.
So
It's
I've given up on throwing
Do you
that.
throw on the Poseidon? Do you throw any other?
He throws
traditional-
Yetis upside down.
Yeah, because
Then
because
Then that would be
that
the same thing as
that
the
kid, yeah. So I mean, at that point, what am I playing with that bag for anyway?
Right.
Yeah, because you
You're
only
throwing
got
all
limited.
slick side. What's the point in having?
Well,
the
as soon
carpet?
that's my favorite. If my opponent comes up and he's throwing all slick side, I'm like, all I have to do is block.
Yeah.
All I have
Yeah.
to do is block.
You've limited yourself.
If I block,
to,
I now win this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as you see a guy that's all slick, you're like, well, you have one game.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
But that bag, that Hades bag feels.
It's,
It's a 6'9".
it's fast.
It's-
It's fast.
Dude, that Hades.
I think that bottom side will definitely slow down.
It will.
But-
So last night, me and Randy Boner were playing League together. I grabbed these bags. I'm like, hey, let's try 'em.
Yeah.
You know, like me and him signed up for this league knowing we're gonna come in and test some stuff. Neither him or I throw fastbacks.
Right.
We both came from Yetis and Bullies, and then now we throw Poseidons or Zeus's. I prefer Poseidons, but Zeus's.
Yeah.
Broken in.
Like
Those
I,
are broken. Yeah.
like I told the Terry
Those are
brothers.
new, yeah. Freshies.
I told the Terry brothers, I was like,
Yeah.
you guys had, you know, I mean, you just guys had the courage to go up against, you know, the top bag maker at the time,
Now,
and they were kind of by themselves.
Yeah.
And then you guys are like, no, I'm gonna wait until there's like 3 or 4 badass bag makers,
Oh, no.
and then we want to go in there.
Here's the thing. We did not wait until they came out. We bought all the shit to do stuff, and then they came out. So Luke and I have $25,000 invested at the start point, and then Center goes,
that
here
is
we
still
are.
That is
And-
still an OG Zeus.
Okay.
So yeah, so we highlighted the lightning bolt for Zeus, and on these right here, so those are different. So that one's highlighted the Poseidon Trident. So these are Poseidons. These are OG Poseidons, and that's an OG Zeus.
And then the Hades, when we do the Hades with that logo, the Hades logo would be.
Hey, what do you think about? Will y'all ever make like a Hercules?
Okay,
Alright,
funny you mentioned.
What he actually just said is wrong. That is not an OG Zeus.
Fair.
That's actually a Hercules.
Fair enough.
That is actually a Hercules.
Fair enough.
Hercules.
I wasn't gonna go that far into it, but yes, I was like, that's what it is.
So that is a Hercules.
That is the Hercules.
So what is a Hercules then?
Hercules is different carpet with a different fast side than the Zeus.
So you basically just.
Oh, so it's a crisscross.
Really, it's just a
Yeah,
crisscross.
yeah.
It's just
It's
a
a
different
hybrid.
version.
Yes.
And so,
So what we-
Oh, which makes sense because Hercules was half god, half.
well, we
Right.
did that, and all we did was we're doing a generational thing. So the fast side is the gen. So
The fast side is the genetic
Hercules
tree.
is Zeus's.
Is this a different carpet than what's on this bag?
No, sir.
The same carpet?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
It just broke in a lot easier.
Yeah,
dude,
they
that,
did. They just.
That template just it.
that
Oh, wow,
Michigan
that's,
Wolverine one right there, dude. That is broken in.
I'll
That
bet.
feels great.
I'll bet. Have you thrown with it yet? That feels like your bag.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's.
That's what he said. He was like, "I'm gonna throw Hades against you guys," and we're like, "Okay."
No,
and then he picked these up and he goes, "No, I'm definitely throwing these."
Dude, if I,
Yeah.
again, he knows if I killed it, I might.
No, if we're gonna play doubles here in a minute against them, then we need to throw the Hades.
Yeah,
Good.
feel free.
Yeah.
But man, so
So there's 4 bags on the table now. With this.
yeah, but we don't want to count that because that's not. We're actually not gonna release Hercules probably until the 2022-23 season.
Really,
it
if
probably
ever, I
won't
mean,
come in.
if ever.
Yeah.
Honestly, but
Why would you not release it?
Just carpet bags being out of favor, and you
Yeah,
know,
they're not
it's-
popular right now. You know.
and it's changed. Yeah, just with the new SIG boards, it's just everything's.
And it's not that we couldn't. It's that I don't want to shell out like until we have more popularity, right? We're still like I was telling him earlier. Every SIG we walk up and they're like, we'll see somebody throwing Zeus's, and we'll go, "Hey, how do you like those?" I'm like, "Oh, they're great. They're great." I was like, "Okay, well, can you tell me a little about them?" He's like, "Dude, I recommend you get some." And I was like, "Oh, I make them." Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I make them, and then they're like, "Oh,
I know a guy."
I never heard."
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, I never heard of you guys," and I'm like, and I hate to say this, I don't mean to sound like a dick, but the first thing that comes out of the man, I'm like, well, Olympus Cornhole makes the Zeus,
Yeah.
and the other Greek gods. I don't know where the disconnect happened, right?
Yeah.
But
A lot of people they don't
Big.
have their Greek what do you call it?
Mythology.
Yeah,
Mythology
yeah.
and God, yeah.
watch it. That's why we did the Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades, right? Everybody knows who that is.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, everybody.
Especially if you love Walt Disney movies.
Yeah.
Ish.
Come on.
Oh,
Right.
I love Hercules.
Yeah.
Uh,
Exactly.
Hey, how crazy would have been if y'all are like big time Disney fans and instead of all this, y'all would have went like Disney style?
I already have a
Fox and the Hound.
I'm sure he has.
Dude,
Cinderella.
I have the Disney. So Kenny Boner sent me this one time, and we were like, we were just talking trash, and I was joking with Grant, and I was like, man, I can't wait to get up there to where you guys are, and I was like, and whenever y'all hold your raffle, I'm just gonna post the meme of the Disney Hades, and it says Olympus would be that way.
yeah. And,
Get a beer. Did you get a beer?
so we'd have been down to do like, I mean, honestly, like Marvel, but then like
Yeah,
how
you're gonna fight with
how
rights.
copyright, like even all the Disney
Yeah.
Pixar stuff, like
Yeah,
how much
it's just
copyright
so
are you
much.
gonna
Yeah.
have to fight to
Yeah,
get
I mean,
through that?
Disney doesn't own Zeus, Poseidon.
Right.
Hades.
Right.
Those are characters.
It's just.
But if you go into
general-
Marvel and you start doing that type
What's
of
why?
stuff,
Like, okay, so
that's actually
I'm
probably
gonna give a little
Yeah, yeah,
spoiler.
that's it.
Something that we've discussed. If we were to ever go ACO, we have no intentions at this moment. We're focused on TCO. If we were to go ACO, we were thinking, how do we make it transcend? Right? How do we keep the same feel without going too much? You know, because that's the thing. For the longest time, I had no idea WTF Tangos were Yetis. I had no idea. But how do we keep the same thing? So we talked about going from Olympus Cornhole to Valhalla Cornhole, and then doing the Norse gods: Thor, Odin, Loki.
Valhalla?
Valhalla, yeah.
So it's the Nordic.
That's the
Nordic
Norse heaven, like the battle heaven.
Oh.
Valhalla.
Oh, you knew that too?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's so Valhalla, man.
okay. I don't know, man. I guess it's like a.
Valhalla is the place you go. The Viking.
Yeah, it's the big Viking.
See, I'm telling you, bro, you are a Viking. So you
Yeah,
know what you-
maybe.
Yeah.
But you know, they believe like if you die a warrior's death, like if you were just killed in cold blood, you didn't die a warrior's death, and you go to their hell. It's their like I don't actually know what they call it, to be honest with you. But if you died a warrior's death, then you would go to Valhalla, and you'd be rewarded with the spoils of war that you would get. You know, like once they win the battle, they go and rape.
So is
and
that like
pillage
a
and
like
whatever,
a New
right?
Zealand, Hawaii thing?
No, Hawaii, New Zealand. That's Polynesian.
Yeah.
So
That's the
Nordic.
battle.
You're talking about Sweden, Norway.
Iceland.
Oh, that's
Iceland.
definitely Viking.
That's not yet. Yes.
Yeah,
The Viking Nordic is Nordic. Like,
Yeah.
That's.
And so we talked about transitioning this right to Valhalla Cornhole, and so
Right.
then instead of the Zeus, you'd have the Thor, and then instead of the Poseidon, you'd have like the Loki, or whatever different gods they have, right?
Loki, he was the god of mischief.
Mischief, yeah. So that'd probably be the Hades,
If you just
Just
kind of line it up, yeah.
stupid slinky around the hole, does bullshit stuff that game changers do, like
That's not bullshit.
oh, it's bullshit. It's bullshit.
Well, it's bullshit when you're playing against.
Oh yeah, I agree.
When you're
I told him. Mason said that last time. He was like, "How do you feel about game changers and all that going out?" And then he said, "I love it because I hate playing against all."
It's like
Yeah, me
game
too.
changers. Seriously, you walk up to the board, they got the game changers. It's just like getting kicked right in the nuts.
It is.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
it's
it
just,
hurts,
like-
it
it's
is.
just a swift kick, like this.
Because okay, any
No,
other.
but really though, I mean, so if you throw a block down on a game changer, shouldn't that?
It
work?
does.
You would think.
It does.
You
But
would
then
think.
all of a sudden, like you
It's
step
good, but
out.
it's got to be a perfect block.
Because,
You
yeah.
walk up to somebody that's just on slick side.
Put that
you
back
can't
where a
just-
perfect block is for on a game changer.
Okay, a perfect block on a game changer, you have to be dead center. Boom.
Right there.
Okay. Because
And
if
I
you're
wouldn't even
off,
say that. You got a diamond block.
And
yeah, you want it to kick off because if that's Rick Beloso, shout out to Rick Beloso. Well, I used to throw game changers, and I was like, I hate these bags. They keep kicking on me. He's like, you're not spinning them enough. So the more spin rate, the less kick you're gonna get. So if you get somebody that does a little bit less spin, and they come in and they hit this, they're going here, right?
So you think
So-
a professional game changer thrower, he's probably just gonna go with it, right?
Pro-
'Cause he's like,
You're gonna try.
he's not gonna try
It
to
depends
do
on
it.
how. It depends on kind of how your blocker bag though. Like,
you're talking about people
The
like
Cheyenne Renner just
But
throws
she-
the Vipers right through it.
well, like
Yeah.
what's old man's name?
Damon Dennis.
Damon Dennis, right? Damon Dennis probably would step out and
You
like
come this
throw
way, yeah.
a hard slide side and go in and kind of start to bully this out.
yeah.
Because
You
I
know?
mean, the good guys with those game changers, they throw the patch side, and they can get them to cut
Yeah.
Yeah.
with that patch.
That or you
Whereas-
start shooting like.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Right.
But I mean, well, game changers with an airmail game. So,
Well, I see,
yeah.
like I was talking about-
Joel Infante, I watched him at a SIG last year, and he walked up.
Joe. Yep.
He walked up. I was sitting there on my Zuka, and I was like, "Oh, this guy's got some game changers.
Yeah.
Airmail.
Yeah, because they're so
airmail,
like
airmail."
you just gotta
And I
catch.
was
Yeah,
like,
because
You
that's
just
like
gotta catch something.
the amount of times I've seen a game changer like this, like not touching the hole, not draggable, and then I'll throw my next bag here, and the game changer goes.
Yeah.
and then you're like, fuck.
Oh my god.
You're like, fuck.
that is
And
so
then you throw
true,
your
though.
next slide
That's
bag
true.
right. You hit the next board. It goes. Da-da-da.
It does. It's
And then
just-
you're just getting mad. Like
Oh my god.
that's why cheater bags, right? Because
You know what?
if this happens,
That's what people hate about games.
If this
is-
that.
it's-
But so
slippy.
you know what else? So that that bag that we had in here last time is like that what was it, the Clyde, the
Yeah.
Big D.
Hey
Yeah.
dude, this is gonna
That
be the
11,
next.
that 11
This-
side that he has, man.
this
it
is pretty slinky
It's
like
like
that.
woo 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 around that hole is like woo.
Well, I laughed last night.
I'm so scared of these right now because I mean I've seen that. Like Randy was throwing them really well last night, but I don't get them to do that because I throw carpet and I throw hard as shit.
It's real hard.
Right. But man, and that's the thing. I think that's why game changers are cheater bags, though, right? Because you can't ever really define why is it a cheater bag because it just goes in the hole, right? But okay, if this is a carpet bag, if this is a Zeus, a Yeti, a Greed, or whatever, what do you have to do to get this last bag?
You gotta
You gotta drag it. If this is a game changer, you go, throw your bag, sucker, and you're gonna go, and it's bullshit.
Hey, game changer. This is game changer. You're like, you do the thump, it's hanging here.
Yeah, it starts to climb back on the board. Like, wait.
Dude, we've talked about so many times, like, all right, what we gotta do? What if we put magnets in?
Yeah, I was like, there's no, because there's really, I mean, in this, there's technically no regulation on what to actually put in the bag. You just got to get it to.
Just to weigh.
You just got to get it at the weight.
1 pound.
1 pound.
Within
With the little margin.
the
1
parameters.
pound. And so I was like, dude, yeah, like.
And it does say that in the rules. It says it doesn't matter. It has to be material that doesn't leave a residue on the board,
Yep.
and doesn't matter. All 4 bags need to be identical,
Yeah.
and doesn't matter what's in them. You can put nuts in them if you want.
So fun fact, we're doing some extensive testing right now. I'm not going to share too many details because I don't want to give too much away. But we're working with a mechanical engineer out of North Carolina, and he does his own resins. I mean, he's just not a full-scale business. He just does stuff. He's been a mechanical engineer for like 20-something years, and he just loves it. And right now, he's working on developing a resin. He's like, what makes a bag fall, right? So if you have a bag sitting right here, he's like, I'm trying to calculate the perfect angle, what he's calling the slide angle of resin, to where the resin will slide over itself.
To start cascading.
So then once this is there, the resin starts sliding over itself, and then boom, eventually your weight's on it's like a scale, right? Your weight's over here, flop. So he is working on developing and putting out a patented resin for pro cornhole materials, and we're working with him right now to see. I mean, we're trying everything. We're trying glass beads. We're trying all.
So if you filled a bag with fire ants, would they kill the fire ants, or would they actually?
Eventually.
Well,
Yeah.
at that point, I just like.
Because they're resilient, dude.
They are.
Dude,
Like,
I'm super
you
allergic to
can't drown
fire.
fire. It takes like 10 days to drown a fire.
Fill it up with fire ants. That shit'll
Yeah,
fucking
like they'll
crawl.
survive underwater
Yeah.
for like 10 days. Like
I'm allergic to fire ants. I can't.
Motherfuckers, if you put them in the water,
My
they all
daughter
make
is
that
too.
stuff. They're supposed
Yeah,
to make
they're
the raft
super,
of each other.
like floods in South America are super
Like,
dangerous.
they're like,
They're
grab a
just
hold,
like-
and then there's a pile of them, and
Yeah.
you're like, what the fuck? And roaches and fire
Yeah,
ants.
well,
Man,
the
this
thing
is,
is floods are super dangerous because they just float on top, and like you'll be out, like if you're out trying to wade through it, like in the flood zone, like they'll just latch onto you, and then you're just covered in them.
Yeah, they're
And
amazing.
They just kill people. They kill lots of people in like South America area.
That's got to be one of the top worst ways.
Oh, I would imagine that would be
Jesus.
Like you could be
awful.
mutilated any number of ways, and I think I'd still would avoid like by fire ants.
Death
That
by
and by
fire
birds. Like
Oh yeah, he's scared of birds.
I'm terrified.
Really?
Yeah,
birds
Blue
are-
Jays. Blue Jays
Yeah.
attacked
Really?
him as a kid.
Blue
Yeah.
jays.
Yeah, Blue Jays don't give a damn, dude.
Well, no, I'm not scared of just blue jays. I'm scared of
Okay.
birds.
Well, because of Blue
Birds.
Jays. though. If you walk underneath a Blue Jay nest, or there's a baby on the ground,
They start swooping.
Oh, yeah.
they try to pick your head up. They actually go.
Well, I have a scar here on my neck. It dove me.
Yeah.
Blue jay?
Yeah.
They don't
I was probably
They're aggressive.
maybe 11 or 12. I was pretty young.
They're from the
we're
Corvid
throwing
Corvid
football.
family.
We're throwing football and hit the nest. We had no idea. We just threw it too high, hit the tree, nest fell, and then before I knew it, my worst fears were coming to life. And
They're like the bees of birds. Blue Jays don't give a damn.
yeah, no, they're the wasp of birds.
Wasp of birds.
I saw
Yeah.
a couple of. You ever seen a bald eagle in this area?
No.
Dallas had one a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
So we were playing cornhole the other day. Sunbird. And
Yeah.
Kane looks up and goes, "What the fuck is that?"
Mhm.
Big brown bird, white tail. Looks kind of over. Big
Mhm.
white head. I was like, "It's a bald eagle." Another one. 2 of them kind of hung out,
Hey.
headed north. I was like,
Really?
I've seen them down in the neck.
I've been here 25 years and saw one time on 635 on a light.
I bet you there wasn't any other birds flying around at that point.
Hell no.
No, they're
But they were headed north. They were, you know.
Yeah.
So it's king of the terrifying.
Talk about an apex predator.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah.
apex right
I've seen
there.
a couple of them down in the Nacogdoches area, but that's about the
I wonder if they were
Something
probably,
that
they were
big.
probably like wintering, you know, like maybe.
could be, yeah.
So if let's say you're inside, and all of a sudden you see a bald eagle like just swoop down on your chihuahua in the backyard.
Bachual.
Yeah, it's going.
You
No, but
Google,
let's say,
Google new Chihuahua.
no, I know, but like,
Chihuahua puppies
let's
for
say
sale.
that chihuahua is like your freaking kid, and you go out there and you strangle that eagle
No, there's
and
no.
kill it.
No.
Would you go to jail?
Yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
absolutely.
Yeah, it is
That's
I think it's a
protected.
federal.
It's a federal offense to be in possession of one eagle feather.
I think it depends on the judge.
That's fine. Y'all can go to prison for going and fighting for your animals.
He's like, I'm running.
My dog is fucked.
My dog.
Like, I'm gonna have a dinner to say goodbye and everything. Like, bye, bird. Like, get out of my yard.
I got one dog that I would go for it, man. I love that dog.
I love my dogs. I tolerate one of them, but I love both of them.
I got one dog that I'd be like,
And
"Ah."
I just, yeah, but no, like, dude, my fear of birds is I would know. No.
You're not making any bird thing.
Dude, if that bird flew in the backyard, I would hesitate to leave my house.
What about
like, I would probably go take shelter in like the bathroom or something.
What about Pegasus? Are you afraid of Pegasus? It's a horse with wings.
No, it's mostly a horse.
Yeah, but it's a horse with wings.
It's got wings. It flies. It's like the giantest
No,
bird. It's like the biggest bird ever.
Because the thing about birds, man, is like they fly and they're like little missiles.
What about buckbeak?
Especially a falcon.
What is a what?
It's Harry Potter.
The
Buckbeak.
hippogriff.
Yeah, the thing in the Harry Potter.
Oh yeah, it's
The griffin.
fucking terrifying.
The griffin.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
No.
It's a big bird. It's a big bird with.
Yeah, it's a Pegasus with a
Lion
bird
claws.
face. Yeah, no thanks, I'm good.
They're gonna make another Harry Potter, you know that,
I
right?
saw the stories of Dumbledore. Or
Are
something.
you excited
Well,
about that?
that's the Secrets of Dumbledore.
The Secrets of
They
Dumbledore.
have that, but there's actually going to be because that's the Fantastic Beasts spinoff.
Yeah.
But they're actually going to make like the Harry Potter. I think it's
Aren't they gonna make like
What the kids are.
like the later, yeah.
Yeah, so
and I
all
think
kids-
I saw Daniel Radcliffe said he wasn't going to.
what about Lord of
He
the
didn't
Rings?
want to come back to do
Are they
it.
gonna make Lord of the Rings again?
Dude,
Like, the
no.
show? They're making a series.
It
right?
is.
I'm so
That's
excited.
great.
Excited about
Here's
that.
The
the-
Rings of Power. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say something
I'm
right now.
excited.
Most of this cornhole community is, and correct me if I'm wrong here, we've all been part of it, mostly drunk rednecks. Majority.
I'm a little brown on the neck, but yeah. No, you're right.
They're drunk for the most part.
Drunk?
You nailed it with the
Yeah, you're right.
Well, we're talking about mostly country folk.
Right.
Right.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Drunk country folk.
Bunch of
Okay.
backyards dudes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We are like nerds, man. Like when it comes to that's what, when we went with Olympus, like we love Greek mythology and all that, and like we overthink things so much, and it just we're just super nerds.
Yeah.
And we just happen to like.
Did
I've
you play
always
that
been-
card game, the Magic?
I did. Yeah. So I had a store 15 minutes from here.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. You did have a
Game
store.
Armory. Yeah, I sold it actually and got into
Yeah.
this.
So did you play? What's the one? Pokemon.
Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh,
Dungeons
Magic the
and
Gathering.
Dragons.
I remember when that first
I've
came
never
out.
played Dungeons and Dragons.
I've been playing.
He loves it.
I've started.
But I mean the original, like.
Yeah. No. No.
I've
When I was a
never.
little kid, we bought little pewter dudes and like dragons, like little pewter dragons and paint, model paint and stuff.
Heck yeah.
I had never played until about a year ago, and then I got invited by a friend, some people I met, and kind of picked it up. It's cool. I've even started to make a D&D hybrid game. Like I am taking a lot of stuff that is in D&D, and I'm merging it with another popular fandom.
Well,
and
I mean, it needs to be brought into the 21st century.
yeah,
right?
and so
Yeah.
it's
What he's working on sounds pretty cool.
Yeah,
I can only advise
if you
on it because I
digitalize and you can capture because Dungeons and Dragons when it was a thing, it was a thing. Like in the late 80s.
it's still.
Hey,
it's,
Randy, you sit here real quick because I got to go Russian.
We're good. I'm
Yeah.
gonna get a bigger
It's
screen.
common.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You want a beer?
Anybody else need another beer?
Yeah, I'll take one.
All right.
Where's the
I'll take one. Yeah, I'll take one.
I mean, I can tell you that I love
Hey, all that Pokemon talk got him.
Yeah, you got
like,
me
I
right.
need
You
a
got me
beer
riled
now.
up. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we gotta get back to our country roots. Drink some trash
I
beers.
got.
What? You got trash beer?
Bottle or-
Oh yeah, dude, I love it.
This is this is workout beer.
Workout beer. All right.
You can drink that while you're working.
Yeah, because
This
I
was
know a
good
lot
one.
about workouts. Right?
I'm just saying that you can drink that beer while you're working out. It's just like drinking water.
Yeah,
You
that's
show up
true.
to the gym with an ulcer, they're
Most
like,
of
hey,
them-
there's no drinking. It's
That's true.
just my workout beer.
But yeah, man, it's just funny because, and thing is, I mean, I've always been more on the countryside, but then I've always had that like closet nerd, right? And I mean, I made a whole business out of it and took off. I mean,
And there are plenty of guys that are the other way around too. They're nerdy guys, but then they're closet rednecks on the weekend. Right?
Yeah, I do all.
Yeah. You're absolutely right.
I've hunted all growing up and did all that and
Man, and you know that was the
Sports,
hard
every-
thing.
like,
That
every
was the
sport
hard thing
played.
about the. That's the super hard thing about the magic business, man. it is and I'm not going to get into politics necessarily, but we're talking about leftists versus right wing, right? The Magic community is all leftists.
The Magic?
Yeah. Magic the Gathering community is the card game, the shop I ran.
Yeah.
It's everybody's leftist. Everybody is super. So like y'all were talking about Harry Potter. Harry Potter is dead in the Magic community now because J.K. Rowling said something about gender neutrality. Like just gave her opinion on it on social media, and then everybody in that community blasted her. And
Well,
so,
because everybody there wants gender neutrality to be.
Not neutral. Neutral.
What do they want
Yeah.
it to be?
well, they want it to be gender neutral.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
what-
they
that's
want-
what
they
liberal-
want-
conservatives are too.
Yeah,
I
conservatives
mean,
like no.
and this stuff all gets like edited out. Whatever.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah,
Alright,
no,
cool.
yeah, no. He doesn't just let all this.
Cool,
fly.
cool.
So
It's horseshit. It's complete horseshit.
So
Dude,
to
the
me-
Magic community is a bunch of fucking leftists, and it's annoying as shit.
Well, I can imagine. I mean, to me, like I don't care your orientation, whatever. But just because you want to play pretend,
Well, it's
doesn't
just
mean
like-
I have to play pretend. I just dealt with 2 months ago. My daughter is playing in the all-girls volleyball.
Mhm.
She's 8.
Yeah.
She's 9 now, but she was 8 at the time.
Right.
Went to the first game of the season, and I didn't go. My wife goes, "Man, I'm glad you didn't go today." And I was like, "Why?" She goes, "Because, well, you didn't get the email." She goes, "But there's a little boy on the team." And I was like, she goes, "Well, it's a girl." And I was like,
Oh, fuck that, dude.
8 years old. And I'm like, "Wait, hold on, what?" And she goes, "Yeah, he identified as a girl." So, and I was like, "Okay." So so then I
When
go.
you see that big deal
I
with
go
the
a
swimming
month,
thing going
a
on,
month,
right?
yeah. But I go a month later, and I'm assuming that I'm going to see a little boy with longer hair, maybe, and in the same getup as the girls in a volleyball uniform, whatever. I walk into the gym. There's a little boy with basketball shorts on, a t-shirt, cropped. I mean, a fade haircut, and I'm thinking to myself, how is he? What do you mean he identifies as a girl? Like, what? What is going on? Like, I was like, I understand but I was like,
I got 3 daughters,
and
one of them's in jujitsu.
I saw. Is she the one that babysits my daughter?
that's
Oh,
hard.
see that? Fuck.
Jiu-jitsu.
Hey, she babysits. That's Leslie.
No, Kaylee, the youngest one.
How old is she?
No, Leslie's the oldest one. She's the one with big kids.
But how?
But Kaylee's 13.
She's the one that was on
When I drop her off, sometimes I'm like, I'll see 2 boys wrestling or whatever, and I'm like, go kick their ass.
Man, okay.
His
So
daughter-
you said this is all
Go kick their
you said
ass.
this is all getting cut, right?
He posted a picture of his
Okay.
daughter the other day.
Okay.
She's this little tiny quiet little thing, right? That came to babysit us, and I'm like, cool. Hey, she's posted a picture the other day of her, and she pulls up her little. So she got a thought, and I was like, "Oh, I'm good with her babysitting. If somebody comes to the door, and she's fucking, come on, mother, come
Oh,
on."
yeah.
Dude, I was like, little
I got
muscle.
this. We're all having. I told you, for football. Y'all gotta come over sometime for a Cowboys game. It's lit. He's been over a couple times. You're right. It gets lit.
Or do you have to be a Cowboys fan?
Unfortunately, no. Todd, Todd Cotton. Todd's a Steelers fan.
He is.
Todd lives at my house.
Tad. Yeah, right. So Tad's got good taste in
Yeah,
football.
Todd's got bad taste, but that's fine. That's fine. Y'all are gonna be terrible for the next several years.
So how you figure?
You traded James Washington. You traded Juju. You don't have Big Ben. The only thing you have is Najee Harris.
Bye.
He's like this.
Fryermuth, you ever heard that guy? What's James
Unfortunately,
Washington done in the last 3 years? Except for collect the paycheck?
Be on the field whenever Deontay Johnson's hurt every other game.
He's not, but he has no production.
That's true.
I
That's
mean,
true.
he's a slot, he's a placekeeper.
That's true.
And you brought Mason Rudolph, right? Mason was his boy at Oklahoma State, and when Mason got on the field, they connected for 3 or 4 passes in 9 games. I was like, what's going on?
Y'all just signed Mr. Trubisky though.
Yes, sir. I like that.
Look at Miss Trubisky.
I like Mitchell Trubisky.
Oh my god.
See, now you have lost me.
Because, hey, Trubisky had a winning record in Chicago with Adam Gates.
Sure.
And, I mean,
But who's better, Miss Trubisky or Dak Prescott?
I'll take Mitch.
Oh, that's horseshit.
You want to know why? Mitch was a winner in Chicago with no team around him. And then he couldn't beat out Josh Allen in Buffalo.
But then,
No harm there.
But
He was
then he
number,
was
number 2 pick overall.
I agree.
I think in the draft that Dak was selected, wasn't he?
you're
2017?
You're for
You're- okay.
Dak was 2016.
Okay, so I'm down with Mitch. Of all the journeymen that were out there that they could have signed, I'm so glad that they didn't go with Mason because he still looks like a.
You don't think y'all could have got done well Baker Mayfield?
No, I don't want him. He's too much. He's not a Steeler guy. He's too much. And think about it. Any guy that's too much of this in Pittsburgh, bye.
The fuck you talking about? You.
I was about to say,
do
y'all
this
have
too.
the king of Antonio Brown. Like, he literally became the best receiver in the league in Pittsburgh.
And then he started doing this.
Yeah, that's true.
Go.
That's true.
LeGarrette
I'll
Blount.
Hey, but that's his style though, man. You be playing cornhole against this guy, and he starts fucking talking about that thing on the wall and this right here and that thing on the floor. And you're
I
just
have
like-
a funny story.
You're
from
looking
a-
down, you're looking up, and then
I have a funny
Shank
story
it.
from a bystander's perspective. He got super fucking pissed off in Waco at Luke.
I did.
oh, he did. That was right.
Yeah, no,
He kept walking.
I feel bad. I still felt bad about it.
Dude, I love that. I love that though.
He
because
didn't mean to.
No,
I laughed so hard at Randy.
Fine.
Randy goes, so because
Yeah,
Luke
I'm just
had
gonna
first
look- I'm just
bag.
gonna
And
look away,
Randy
yeah.
had first bag up to like
Because
it was
Randy
10
was
to
probably
0.
losing though too.
No, Randy was winning, and he had Randy had first bag for so long. Luke finally gets a point, and Luke gets first bag back. So Luke was used to throw your last bag, start
Yo,
walking.
I was so bad. You were up 15-2 on me. Like, I was,
That sounds like our games.
And then,
Well, and then
finally, I
Luke
think
did
at
it
one
first
point
time,
I
and he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry." And then Luke, the
Oh,
very next frame,
dude,
did it again on accident.
The very next
and
frame?
Randy goes, "Hey, dude, you know I have 4 bags every frame, right?"
I was like, you can count to 4. I know you can count to 4.
yeah.
How far did you walk?
I would take 2 steps. Okay, the first time I was halfway across the court.
Oh wow.
Well, so when you're in rhythm, and so you're
Yeah.
like, and he throws and it goes in or whatever, so I'm like, and about the time that I do this, he's like, so I'm like,
Dude, and he told me, and you were like, dude, I got 4. I was like, yeah, you're right. Okay, my bad. And then I would go, and then the next frame, like I was just,
Do it again. You must
He
have
was
something in
so,
your head.
dude, he was so in the zone.
I don't remember anything around like that whole game.
when you're at SIG, and I think it was our first game. It might have been our first or second game.
It was his second one.
Yeah,
It was
might have
after
been.
you and me played, right?
No, you and I played.
But the thing is that
You and I played round 1 in singles.
you get yourself pretty worked up. You're like da da da. You know, you're big. It's a big venue, a big event. So I get it.
Yeah, I did, and I felt so bad.
No, you
dude.
came
I
up
was
on
just like,
holidays.
For you to do it on the next frame, that means something else is going on. You're thinking about something else.
well, that's it.
Well, it's kind of good, right? Because I mean, that goes to show like a lot of people. If I would have done that to you, right, and then you go, "Hey, dude, like, are you fucking kidding me?" Like,
And I don't think I was a dick.
No, no, no,
about it.
No, you were right, and you were in the right.
You were
I mean,
completely
I was
justified
just
everything
kinda-
you
I
did.
was like, man, you know what? I have 4 bags. You have.
yeah,
That's
no.
funny. That's because you can't argue against that. Like, hey,
Oh,
man, I
dude,
have
I'm
4
just
bags.
sitting there on my Zuka. I'm pissed because I'm like 0-3, right? I'm sitting there just mad as shit. And then
He's laughing at us.
And then Randy, I just the look on Randy's face. He has his bag and he goes, "You know I have 4 bags every frame, right?"
You count 1, 2, 3,
And he
4.
goes, and Luke goes, "I am so sorry." He's like, "I just did it again. I'm so sorry." And Randy goes, "Oh fuck." Boom.
Damn. Did you win that game or lose that game?
I don't think I scored to the point.
You lost?
No,
Oh,
no.
see, so he got in your head.
The Irish Italian goes, and then that's it.
That goes back to what I was talking about Monarca, where he was like playing.
Right, and he zoned it out.
And he's got shit, get pussy and this and that, and come on, motherfucker, and this and that. And the fact that he can tone that out is. You can't even tone out him walking like 3 steps.
But it's different.
'Cause
So
I'm
you
on
can
his- I'm
tone
on his
out-
inside, yeah.
You can tone out a crowd. I don't know if you've ever played sports, like,
No.
but you can tone that. It becomes like a.
That's one thing I'm
buzz.
pissed about my parents. They never put me in sports.
Like, a crowd becomes a buzz, and I think you probably hear it too when you're playing a game. You don't hear
everything.
Yeah.
everything, right? And so I think that, but when the guy that you're playing against, like you said, starts talking or does something, I think that's way harder to tune out than the crowd. That you're used to the crowd. You know, just
Well, and it's
becomes
your direct because like you get this tunnel vision when you're playing, right?
Oh,
Especially in a heated game. He's down 15-2.
And it gives you that feeling that someone's about to walk across.
You have that tunnel vision. You're like just all on the board, right? And then you're going through your backswing, and all you see is, "Wah."
Shut
it's
up,
like, just like, oh, hit this guy.
That's funny.
Like I told Luke straight up, I was like, if he would have decked you, like I don't think I'd have backed you. That would have been just fine.
No, but it's cornhole. It's a pass.
No, I mean you can't
I'm here
get
to
it.
throw bags and I'm here to throw bags and drink beer.
The
Not throw punches.
funniest thing is at the last part, like, okay, Randy says, like, I have 4 bags every frame, right? The very next frame, Luke still has first bag. Luke throws first one, he goes,
Yeah, I so barely caught myself. I almost did it again. Like I threw it and I was like, oh shit, he's got 4.
You know, the ultimate thing in any sport, I don't give a shit what sport you're in, the ultimate thing you can do to like combat whatever it is you're doing like that is to just hit the ball, make the bag in the hole, fucking sack the quarterback, make the touchdown, just make the play anyways. I saw today a video where like, I think an umpire came up and took the bat from A-Rod. It's when he played with King Griffey Jr. He took the bat from him, and I guess for some reason he was like, this bat, you can't be playing with it. Something's wrong with this bat, and he took it from him.
Oh, and then he cranked that to left center.
Fucking home run. The next
Boom. Yeah.
And I bet you that umpire was like,
You can't play with that bat either.
Yeah, that's gone.
Well,
yeah.
dude, this is totally so. I guess it's kind of relative. I was watching another. I'm a big baseball fanatic. That's what I did before Game Armory, before my other business. I was a baseball coach, so I'm still in love with baseball. I would say it's my favorite sport, but I really love football. So,
right.
but there was a video of a guy. The catcher was talking shit to the batter, just talking mad shit. And so the batter stepped out of the box. And was like, dude, like. And he did that move like, are we about to throw hands or what? Like,
Right.
like this, and the umpire steps between them and he's like, hey, stop. And then the batter steps back in the box, and he was like, and the catcher ends up lining up super inside, like, hey, get the fuck off my plate kind of thing.
Right.
And lined up super, I showed you that video.
Yeah.
He lined up super inside, and fastball straight down inside of the pipe. And this dude stepped way outside and cranked it dead center field.
He launched it.
Over the fence.
So basically, do you think he fucking knew that was coming, and he just fucking?
Oh, I guarantee it. Yeah.
Because I don't know much about baseball, but
as a
whenever-
batter, when you're it's same as we're just talking about with your peripheral vision. As a batter, when you're like this, if you ever look down, like that's what I always do when I was batting. I would always check to see the catcher's position. I kind of you just move here and you can see where they're at. Right? You may not see the exact glove position, but if they're set up inside, you know they're set up inside.
Yeah.
He cranked that dead center, and dude, he locked eyes with that. He flipped the bat. Often, like most of the time, they flip the bat as they're walking first. He flipped it out of the batter's box. Just
He didn't take a step. He just tossed it.
he tossed the bat, and then he just as he's going down first baseline, right? He was just staring at the catcher,
Yeah. Go fuck yourself.
and then all the way around second, all the way around third, and then he walked to the plate. He did the jump on the plate, looked to the catcher, and just walks to there.
and you can't do shit about it.
no.
Nothing.
Yeah, he did.
Absolutely nothing.
And you gotta think that catcher's sitting there feeling stupid as shit.
You definitely have, but you have two different people. Like you have people that like you talk to them and they just get infinitely better just because they are.
Austin Pryor is the epitome of that. If you be like, AP, you suck, you don't ever do that.
He gets focused.
Yeah,
Yes,
he-
dude. So when I partnered
I
with,
believe you.
He is the will to win.
I believe. You know why?
why?
Because he
beat the
wouldn't
shit
even let
out
a
of
girl
Austin?
win at arm wrestling. Oh my god, twice. He had 2 opportunities.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, let's go.
And then he tells her, he gives her a hit. Hey, you gotta do this. So she does that, and he's
And
still
it's like, he's like, oh, but I forgot you gotta do this.
Dude, and it's so funny. Like me and AP got pretty close for a while, and we were hanging out all the time. And as he was starting up the Dallas region and stuff, and now he's just real busy,
Yeah.
But AP, like, if we're doing anything casually, he might just suck at it or whatever. The second you talk shit to him, oh my God, he just says, "There's switch."
Focus.
And he goes game mode.
That's Switch Holio. They ran a rock wall. I ended up partnering up with Grant, right? And me and Grant made a decent little run, and we come up against Zach Smith and AP, and they beat us. And
Who was playing on whose side?
Grant and AP, and then me and Zach. Me and Zach were throwing terrible. We were washing threes. We were throwing awful.
Yeah.
But AP makes first backs, turn me up.
Yeah.
And then Grant's like, he ain't got nothing. And he said, okay.
Grant said that?
Flop.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
well, because they're buddy buddies.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
And so they're talking shit to each other.
Right.
But Grant starts missing, and AP just got hotter and hotter. Every time somebody would talk shit, AP just got hotter and hotter, and he ran through Grant. Bad. And I was like, the one fucking time I get a good partner in a Switch Holio, somebody talks shit to my opponent, and he
Damn
gets
it.
better. This is bullshit.
Well,
It's like,
Yeah, and then so you have that, and then I did a guy in Shreveport really bad in singles. I got in his head real dirty.
How'd you do that?
He's up. He's winning. He's winning the game.
He's going up, and I got a little hot on it. I think we're 18 to 14 at this point, and I'm down. And I was like, I looked at him, I looked at the score, I looked back at him, and I had he had first bag still, and I go, so I got 7 points to win, or I got to get 7 points this frame to win the game, right? He's like, he looks at me like, 7 points? Yeah, I was like, yeah, 7 points to win the game for this frame. He's like, you got to do it all in one. I was like, oh, I'll do it right here.
You said that?
Yeah, I was like, I'll do it in this frame.
Damn.
And throws the first one off the back. I throw in the hole. He throws the second one off the back. I go in the hole.
Yeah.
Throws the third one off the back.
No.
I go in the hole.
Oh
I put
my
up
God.
I put up like a 10 spot on him to win the game in that frame.
Oh shit, dude, you got in his head.
Yeah, he did. He's like because he'd been in, like he had not missed, and he was just killing me, and I was just like,
But you know what? That's what's about cornhole. It comes and goes. If you're not an elite player, it comes and goes.
This is one of the most momentum-driven games, man.
Yeah.
it is.
Like, because I say that not because other sports there's not momentum drives, right? Every sport there is. But this one, the momentum shifts so rapidly.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, like in a baseball game, it might not happen until the fourth inning, and then it may not happen the rest of the game. It might happen in the ninth inning. You have 2 momentum shifts. You can have 7 or 8 momentum shifts in the same game of cornhole.
Yeah.
And like him and I, when we partner up a lot, right? I mean, obviously we have the same schedule essentially.
Right.
So we'll partner up a lot, and we always just say it like, if they're hot, we're like, hey, ride the wave. Ride the wave. Like we have it's so funny, we have calls. Like if there's people we know we can't block, we call it Sammy Soto.
The what?
The Sammy Soto.
Oh,
Like,
really?
Yeah, because me and him have played against
So
Sammy.
if you guys call me Sammy Sono in a minute, that's a compliment?
So if I say Sammy Soto, that means do not throw a block on you. Like you're going to win the game if you hole out.
Okay. I'm gonna listen out for that.
But we're gonna have to change that because he's
Yeah,
fixed it.
and now it doesn't matter.
He's fixed it.
Now if it says Sammy Soto, that means we might as well just go home. We already lost.
Oh yeah. You ain't lying.
I still can't. And you know what? You know what I have to say too? Props to Matt Longoria too. Because, you know, I'm not going to tell their situation and what's going on, but Matt has really helped that kid come up to what he is.
Oh, of course.
And I actually took him aside at Sig 2 Mesquite, and I was like, man, you're doing a damn good job of raising this kiddo. As somebody who's a new dad myself, right? I've got a 10-month-old, and you know, I always look up to other fathers and how they do things I do want to do, don't want to do, whatever. And I took Matt aside and said, man, you're doing something great here. Like, you're putting a 14-year-old kid in a spot where a lot of professionals haven't even been. And he's keeping his composure, and he's humble about it. And don't get me wrong, Sammy can be a little dickhead sometimes.
Right.
But
Like any kid.
But he's very humble about his skill,
Hashtag.
and he is very humble about his wins and his losses.
And I think
I still
Longoria's
have
gotten
him.
better too.
Matt, I mean,
He's gotten better
Do you
too.
imagine?
He's gotten a
what your
little
skill
flop
gap
shot a
is?
couple times. I've seen him do it.
Like, and no offense to you nor Randy or me nor Luke. Imagine instead of having each other practice with, or me and him practice together, imagine if you guys practice with Sammy Soto every day.
Oh, iron.
Or Sammy gets to practice with Matt Longoria every day.
Iron sharpens iron.
Yeah. I mean,
Yes.
it's crazy. Both of them. I mean,
That's why those kids out in East Texas, the Faulkners and Chase and those kids, they drive an hour and a half, 2 hours to come play.
They
cornhole
all
every
go-
night
they just go up
because-
together.
But the thing is that they got tired of whooping up on each other, right? I mean, so they were
Yeah.
like, hey, you know what? We all got driver's licenses now. Let's go kick the shit out of the Metro.
We got driver license.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's like these
Right.
kids all.
Do
But
they?
That
Shit, I didn't
dynamics
even know
changed-
that.
But their dynamics changed a lot. Like I said, 6 months ago, Matt would handily,
Yeah.
would never lose to Sammy. And then Sammy's,
Yeah.
like I said, he's refined.
Number one in SPR on Scornholio.
That's
Yeah.
nuts. That,
Who, me?
number one in the world.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Number one in global ranking.
And the
number
game you
one.
played against John, you're probably pretty damn close.
Man.
Damn, that was nice.
You threw nuts, dude.
Literally.
So I was watching because I've played you. We've probably played each other 30 times.
That's the best you've ever seen me play, right?
Oh, dude. That's
Dude,
Yeah.
I was like,
And
because
it's
and
documented.
then I heard, I've been hearing that you played in open, like, and you didn't do well in open.
No.
Okay, like I'm not gonna hold that against you. That's not any indicative of your play. You
Right.
could have just had a stack bracket, or you could have just played a little worse.
Yeah.
And then I watched the very first episode. I watched yours as you dropped with John, and I'm like, we're gonna
Yeah.
walk in here and get embarrassed.
Yeah. That's the way it goes, man.
Like it's awful.
Yeah.
I'm Inspector number 12. I need to see everybody's IDs.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Got one?
Yeah.
That's my cousin.
It might, about to say it might be
Got a beer
expired.
over there?
No, I'm good, man.
You sure?
I just came in to use your.
Yeah, go ahead. Or you can use the fancier picture over there in the front office.
This is good enough.
This is,
You like Pink Panther?
the,
You already play a game? Or what?
Let's do it. Let's do it. What do you want to throw?
We're gonna throw Hades, right?
Are we gonna play two?
we'll
on two?
try them.
So then, how are we gonna do this? We got.
First, alright. Here we go.
Let's do it, brother.
Do it. Breathe in, breathe out. Somebody having sex with a vacuum cleaner. Two. Two? Alright. Two right side.
No. I'm not allowed. I'm just supposed to. Oh, you're gonna put it over there for you to do this.
Yeah. Don't show up, Blue.
Yep.
It's kind of rude.
Jesus. Murphy.
Damn it.
Oh yeah, boys, it's where I rank. Oh wait, Luke's a B now.
Oh my god.
Luke's a B, so he's gotta do better.
Is that 1 to 4?
It's It's a whole one.
Oh my god. Who is this guy?
A B player now, apparently.
No, I'm talking about me.
Oh.
Well,
You're an open player.
That's a C player.
Oh yeah, I'm an open player now.
Oh.
Typically how my first game started out last night. 3 threes all first game.
You know what I tell you? Is these strikes definitely reward you for putting a perfect block, because then you just trying to catch what you're trying to catch.
Oh my god, that's awesome. Nice bag. That looked like fucking hardball.
Yeah. Oh, come on, get over there. Good push. Too far left. Clean them up.
Oh! Two.
Two. Well, that's not
5-2.
That's not
And at least right here, you don't have to worry about having to walk off in front of me.
Are you sure? I'll bust that out when you're at 15.
Hey, he has 4 bags every frame, Luke.
Damn it!
Yeah, we're real good at this game. That's a 1.
9. That's an 8 spot.
Man, I need
Come on, Luke. Come on, Luke.
10-5.
That looked like me last night giving up 2 sevens in a row.
Putting up 2 sevens or giving up?
Giving up
Oh, okay.
to the Terrys.
Oh, come on, man.
That's going back.
Judith.
Damn it. See? Look, that's what I told you.
It did
You
move.
hit the board. Alright.
It did move.
That's a 10 spot, I think.
Is it?
No. 9 to 5.
Oh. You have one in?
Did you just thought I threw a 12?
I did. For some reason, I guess I thought one
I
in.
threw a 9.
9 to 5.
All right, Luke, we're down 14 to 5.
Yep. All right.
We got it exactly where we want.
I'll start walking on Thursday.
Walking on
Well, it
the
don't
third
matter
bag.
now. You can walk out your last bag because we don't have first bag. Come on, man.
Oh, okay.
3. Okay. 17. 5.
17-5.
In Spanish, he said, "We suck."
No, it's just a score change. Wow, that was a beautiful shot right there. That was all Hades right there. It's like, let me show you what bag this is before I go in.
Beautiful.
Going in.
It's a Hades.
No shit.
It's a freaking Hades, man.
Good games, man. Good
21-5.
Awful.
Walker.
All right, so how are we gonna put? I guess you just gotta put it in the best position so we can play the doubles. The Terry brothers were trying to buy them yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay. Dude, they're so soft.
They're like still.
Oh, nice.
Oh!
5 spot. Hey, CJ, this video's not gonna last too long. If you keep putting 5s on me.
I can't even get one to stay on the damn board.
What'd you score last time?
Nothing.
You just gotta get used to them. Let the bag do the work. There you go.
2.
You should let the bird go in here during the filming sometime.
The bird?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I forgot. Oh, look at Glenn's like, yeah, and then
He's already losing that bag. Like,
Can you imagine a bird freaking flying through here right now?
No.
Oh, that's good.
I would
Great
cry.
bag.
Like, I would be like, alright, well, good to see you
See?
guys. Bye. Keep bags.
keep them back. See you around.
there it is. Got your placement right there. It's good. That's a good spot.
Need the early 2021 CJ.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Do that wanted bag.
Oh my god.
Good bag.
Oh!
Good bag.
It would have been better if all three would
Oh, yeah.
Now, see, here's my predicament is I'm a terrible push-out goer.
Me too. I don't know how I just did that.
I don't know if I just cut around it or
I would just go with your best shot that you feel comfortable. Flop shot or an air bell.
Ooh, come on.
Held him to a 4 spot. Woohoo.
He's throwing 10 right now.
Dude, I'm starting to believe it, man. I throw better with a fast bag.
Yeah, shout out to Monarca. Let's work. Episode 1.
14-3.
Episode 1, Monarca said you threw the wrong bag.
What's that?
4 more?
4 more?
10-6. This is why I make the bags and I don't sponsor myself.
Our bag?
Score?
It's been in your bag for 20 minutes.
Yep.
Grant does not make the bags. He's the
Correct.
one that's a
Beautiful.
badass player.
Yeah.
That's a bag maker.
Oh.
Yep.
Grant is the all-star. Or no, solid Sandy decided he wants to start making bags.
Dude, what the fuck? Those bags are money. Those bags are money.
That's a 2.
Yeah, 2.
20-3.
That was it.
20-3.
20-3. No spank.
It's 20-3. We're still in it.
Oh, 20 to
Quit
3.
giving up, you bitch.
Yeah. Hey, Grant Upchurch says.
20.
Grant says at any moment, I don't give up because at any moment I'll stop missing.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Well, I'm fucking done missing, so do your part right here.
You can do it. Your bag is fucking beautiful too.
Yeah, the new design, we did these design, the Juicy Beside Maxes were done by Marcus Longoria. That's actually, it's Matt's cousin.
Oh.
And he does a great job. I'm high praise on Stan Wissing and Marcus Longoria. Both of them do stellar work.
Does Marcus look like Matt?
He's a bigger guy. Like he's tall.
He's the one that they were throwing out last night. He's throwing in a beginner league and they wouldn't.
Yeah, and he is a beginner. Like I don't know. I don't know.
Randy wouldn't let. Who was it?
Hunter Lay. Yeah. Beautiful.
The buzzsaw that is CJ.
Yeah, he did.
I found a bag.
Oh, I definitely got my bag. Kidding me?
Where do you guys want? You guys need a sponsor?
Finish off strong. Finish off strong.
Hey, one more game. I want you two guys to play each other.
How many?
Yeah.
How much was that? How many was that in a row?
Y'all choose y'all's own bags. All right, y'all two are playing.
I'll take your bags. Because I don't have a set of Poseidon maxes, and these are the bags I love. I got to throw Randy Boners at Sig 2.
Yeah.
So hit this. He goes and buys Poseidon maxes from the TCL store, and he takes them home that night.
Yeah.
Has hair conditioner on them. They end up being too floppy. We don't recommend hair conditioner on Poseidon or Poseidon maxes.
I don't recommend it on any carpet.
Well, that's what those are, though.
Yeah, I've
That's what
conditioned and
conditioners
fabric
on
softened
these.
these.
So he did it, and they were too floppy. And Randy said, "Well, I don't know. I mean, they're too floppy. I don't think they're gonna be playable. I just spent $80 on these, and now they're not playable." He starched them.
Oh my god.
So he starched them and then ironed them out, just like a pair of blue jeans.
This
and
guy.
And then we played with them in doubles on Saturday.
That's money, dude.
He starched his bags, man.
That's freaking money.
All right, spin them up.
Did you have did the Terry brothers, oh, they didn't drink last night. Did you have them throw a game against each other?
No.
Afraid they get into a fist fight?
Down and back.
Yeah, I don't want them to leave home in an argument.
All right, here we go.
Can't believe you did that to me.
Y'all throw some loud ass bags.
You know who throws a really loud bag? You listen to, if you're watching, listen to Anthony Jari's bag.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah.
It sounds like a buckshot going off every time his board. Every single time his bag hits the board. It don't matter what he's throwing either.
1-0 right side.
When are the Hades dropping?
Next Wednesday. Next Wednesday we'll do 50 sets.
There'll be a pretty sick drop.
Yes.
That's awesome.
We're gonna do some next Wednesday, and then we're gonna do. Is that one here? Where is it?
Hey, that's a good idea so people can play with them at SIG.
Exactly. Yeah. So we're gonna drop 50 sets next Wednesday, and then, man, we don't have a Shreveport design done up. To be honest with you.
Oh, the Louisiana design.
Yeah, we don't have a.
Where there's a custom Louisiana anything on there.
Yeah, and I mean, how do you relate Greek God to Louisiana?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That new Bonnie looks pretty nice.
The new Bonnie does look good. So actually, I really like.
Great bag.
I really like the Gambler Cityscape thing.
Haven't seen that one.
It's beautiful.
That had the right intentions. Oh, dude. That's definitely going to go. Oh my God. That was awesome. That looked like a hardball shot.
See, I don't quite understand my balance with all this yet. Like I'm still like every throw I end up finishing off left. No.
That's what Grant does.
Two there.
That's what Grant does, though.
Takes
When
this
he's
swing out.
standing off, when he plays off board like that, he finishes square to the board. Not when he's throwing on board, but when he throws off and
Oh,
he
so no, that's on board for me. On board, like off board, I can't because I feel it needs to fall left.
That's-
So
same thing with Grant. That's the same thing. He does-
okay.
Like he takes advantage of the room when he has it.
Oh, that's off.
It stayed.
See, that's all I got for that pattern.
Well, where was that in the last one?
I did.
Where was that on the last?
Where was this game you were playing in the last game?
8-3 left side. The defending Shreveport champ.
Social.
Nonetheless. Nice.
I'm not making excuses, but I am throwing not broken bags.
3. Left side. Nice. Coming soon.
Yeah, these were our pre-release things, and so we do actually have footage now that don't say that, but
I mean, it really is coming soon. You're coming back on the next frame.
well, I don't know. That's not what I want to say though, because that's Zeus.
Oh.
We don't want Zeus coming back on the next one.
Word. Dude, that was sexy. Damn, bro, you got it. Stay there. Oh! I told you to stay there. Look at that.
I'll take that.
Shake the board. Shake the board.
Dude. That was the best frame y'all threw right there. As far as sexiness.
Yeah, Luke's like,
Yeah, until God.
nothing sexy about a 5-piece.
Well, it depends who got. Yeah.
It's all about perspective.
You're right, CJ. I agree. That was the sexiest frame we've had.
12 to 10, left side.
That was just a sad day.
Okay, sure.
Cooling off over there?
Where?
You cooling off?
Yeah, dude, I'm steaming.
No, hopefully you're cooling off. There. We're seeing you getting better. Taking a break.
Nice.
Back and forth, back. 15-13 for the defending Shreveport.
Champion.
That's what he's going to tag the episode.
Yeah.
Episode 7. Join us with the defending Shreveport champion.
Yes. Will he play again? Or will he retire?
Hold on, if you're B, you got to play open.
I would have to play open, so it's a 2. Yeah, and then
You
also.
see what he's doing? He's getting him back. He's talking right in his backswing. Keep it up. Let's do it.
He's thinking about having to throw open in Shreveport. He's like,
Did you try to and one him?
Yeah.
do it again. Shoot it.
Oh.
Go up there and kick it back off the back of the board. Shit.
Hey, but you know what? Props to people who got the balls to do that.
You ever hit a,
If I'm not feeling my airmail, I don't fucking
you
do
ever
it
hit
at
a
all.
legit air and one?
Huh?
You ever hit a legit air one and one?
And one? Not that I remember.
We do it all the time, but that's because that's all we just fuck around and do it. Really, if we actually spend time practicing trying to get better, we can probably do these things.
It's like the penguin shot, right?
Right. Oh, I haven't worked on that yet.
It's one of those shots that's gonna happen like 0.02% of the time. And then
Oh, come on now.
Woo!
No, 2 or 5 more.
It looked like one of the sweetest.
5 more.
Yeah.
Where were they at? Ferrera, when they were in Vegas.
Yeah, Pereira got and
And two.
and then 2 games later, Jamie Graham does it on the same board, and two's the guy.
So when you're picking your bags up out of the board, I have to, like, they're all whatever, I have to, like, stack them.
Yeah, me too.
I can't stand. There's people that just like,
I'm glad somebody else
hey,
saw
turn
that.
your hand around here. Are they all the same way? Okay.
Yeah.
Because there's nonsense. He'll be just throwing, and his bags will be all like
Oh
this.
yeah. When I
Like,
first started playing,
can't
that's how I
stand
grabbed
it.
them.
Sometimes you'll just grab your bags and they won't be all lined up and stuff, and I'm like, it's like a ritual for me. Like I can't throw
Yeah.
unless my bags are all the right.
I gotta have the seam in my palm.
Yes, I also do the same thing.
Well, see,
I hold the seam.
I throw seam out.
Yep, me too.
So I don't want to feel the seam in my hand.
Interesting.
So,
How do you cup your sack in your hand?
You can go N1 to your team.
So what's that? All right. I got 5. You got 4.
Yeah, if you're N1.
That'd be 6 to 8. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, because you're at 18.
Oh, so I'm still looking at.
Nice shot.
Dude, I can't tell you enough, man. I love this shop. This is like what I would dreamed of having.
I appreciate
I'm not
that,
killing.
man.
I'm not
Hey,
telling you like.
This right here is my wife's idea. This fucking cornhole table.
Oh yeah, I remember listening to that in your first episode.
Yeah.
And but no, I'm just talking about like this. Just this room right here is. This is my idea of like I've made it. If I can get something like this, I've made it.
Yeah. It's,
Heard it here first, right?
You know what? You know what'd be perfect?
An auto shop.
If there was 2 lanes. If it was big enough to have 2 lanes in it.
No, because then you have people that want to invite themselves over. One lane is just you.
I guess it's just me.
And really, you do have room for 2 lanes. I mean, you can run one there, scoot this one back some, and then one there, one there.
Or yeah, right there. It'd just be a low ceiling.
Yeah.
Supposedly that's how Grittersleeve got so good. He was throwing in low ceilings all the time.
That was
They do like up north, all those VFWs and stuff. I swear to God, they're playing an 8-foot ceiling.
well. That
Yeah.
was like the benefit thing in Silver Springs. It was low. Like that ceiling was low.
Let me just say, dude, these fucking bags are for real. Like these, you know, it's like these are literally the type of bags that I was throwing that I was like, I don't have to get you there. Like, I just have to get you on the board and let you do the work. And for real.
And they're not uncontrollably fast.
But they just
And
like on push shots, I was like, I don't actually have to push you. I don't have to use the word push. I just need to get you in front of your other guy, and you'll do it.
Yeah, and,
Yeah,
if you,
lined
and then
up.
like you just do it on the slick side, right? It's literally what you should think on a push shot, right? It's like, let me just flip the bag over, not change any throwing mechanic, and just throw the bag like I normally would. But this fast side gives you a little bit more momentum.
Yeah.
or actually, is that one? I think that's mine up there.
Oh, I think this one's yours because that one I traded you.
This one's empty.
But like I said, I mean, I think some of the sexiest bags out there are carpet bags. And then, no, I'm good. And the way carpet feels just feels great. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I do like to throw.
But the
I
way
like to
those
throw
play
harder.
is freaking awesome. I mean, y'all got a hit right there.
I hope so, man. And the thing is, I think if a lot of people, and I think the same goes for just about any bag, right? Any bag you put work in, you'll probably end up doing better with it than you started. But I think we have something really good in he loves the Zeus Maxes. I'm not crazy about them.
Yeah.
I love the Poseidon Maxes. I think they're great. And it's same with the OGs. I mean, they're good bags. If I threw like I was throwing now with the OGs, it'd be terrible. And that's kind of why we went to the maxes in general, is because
So whenever you were front boarding, were you trying to throw a block on me? Is that what it was?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Yeah,
hard.
just trying to light it up because and being those are new and not broken in, like I know they're gonna slide a little more and those boards play a little faster. So I need to because like if I put a blocker on you and you miss that push, I'm gonna try and beat you with flops over and over.
Yeah.
And I force it. And I shouldn't. I should go back to a flat bag and everything else.
Dude, I can't wait to post that video where you hit those fucking cutters. Or
I hope
flops,
so.
Whatever that was, dude. It was fucking nasty.
Yeah, well,
You would've seen it from the
cut,
angle?
flop.
If you would have seen it from the angle I took it from, dude, you're gonna be like, oh
Can
my
you
God.
slow it down and send it to me?
I'm sure.
I want to see what it looks like.
That frame is good. I got it handed.
And thing is, man, like that's me and him have made runs in tournaments and stuff, and it's whenever I have the ability to, pretty much my whole game comes down to the ability to land a block. If I land a block, I'm generally gonna be pretty good.
Because you're cutting around that something, it's like nobody's business.
Yeah.
You know what? That's one thing I'll admit is when I throw a fast bag, I'm more timid to throw an airmail. I just am. But when I throw a carpet bag, I feel so confident to throw an airmail. I don't know why. I think
You just think it's
But
going
I
to
think
slide. I
that-
think if you miss it, you're going to go off the back.
I
So.
guess.
But the Hades, you're going to cater to, because everything you've had so far is carpet.
It's
right?
two carpets.
Carpet. So I think that there are a lot of
Or
people that, well, but there are a lot of guys that are like, I can't throw carpet.
Right.
Make me something that I can throw.
Right, and we have another bag in the works too. It'll be the Ares, the God of War. And I'm not going to release any details on that bag because I'm still testing and everything. But that'll also cater to your in-between players.
Not, yeah, so, because I think a lot of people now are figuring out that they're like, look, I can't throw that carpet. I can't throw a flat bag, and until I can throw a flat bag,
And what?
I need to stay away from that carpet.
And see, and one thing that we do, and I don't know that it's unique necessarily. I thought it was unique, and my players like it. So obviously, we made the Zeus something that I wanted, right? Or the Zeus was something he wanted, besides something I wanted. And we took feedback. Like some of our players wanted a BG Viking, and so we got those. But we told our players, like, hey, like Dylan Lopez right now is the player that's just on fire. And Dylan. Yeah, he gets called the sandbagger and everything else, right?
I tried to defend him. I said, you know.
Yeah, I mean, he played where he was told he could play. And guess what? He wins. Anytime, I feel like, and don't get me wrong, I'm not
He is
justifying
fucking
sandbagging.
money.
He was as surprised as anybody to see himself run as deep as he did in the open.
He
series.
got
His first-
tied for 5th in main bracket open singles.
And he, I mean,
And you know what he's throwing? He's throwing the original Gen 1 Zeus.
But I think even he surprised himself that weekend.
Yeah, I mean he did, and he's so humble.
Oh,
he
yeah.
he messaged us in the group. We have our Olympus chat, and he said, "Sorry guys, I tried to get the gods on the main stage, and I fell just short." And we're like, "What the hell are you apologizing for? You are a monster, dude."
Yeah.
And I was like, "You realize you just took 5th? Think about all the players in this room. Logan Chamberlain and him didn't place 1 through 4. Like." I mean, you are playing with the best of the best. And, people call him sandbagger. I honestly think, yeah, sure, if you just have a one-off shot, something like that. Sure, you're not a sandbagger. But anytime you start to win before you get bumped, right? Because you have to get that justification for being bumped. You're going to then get called a sandbagger for playing where you are.
Yeah.
And then you jump to competitive. And then it's going to be the same thing. Oh, look, he's winning everything in competitive. Well, yeah, he's still a C. Like, he gets time to play. This just SIG 2 marked his 1-year mark of playing cornhole.
I forgot to ask you, how'd y'all do it, too?
Dog shit. Absolutely
Thanks for
terrible.
bringing that up. We made it
too.
for like 2 hours, a little over 2.5 hours, and avoided that.
So
What'd you do?
I made it to 13th in main in comp
Mhm.
in singles, and then we tied we made 17th in doubles.
Dude, main bracket, that means something.
So,
Yeah.
So me and Kenny Boner, we mained in both.
Him and Kenny Boner played together, and me and Randy Boner, which is Kenny's son.
So
played together.
that bag right there is right up Kenny's alley.
That
Yes.
is yeah.
Kenny is somebody we have testing the bag.
Because Kenny loves Scornholeo Sparks. That was his bag.
Yeah,
when
he
I
did.
first met
He did.
him out in
He throws a nice little flat bag, too.
Oh,
It
yeah,
would have
he
either
just-
been Ice House or Rockwall.
Yeah,
He's just a
Forest.
slide. I mean, he's just a slide.
and I was throwing with him, and I was like, man, this guy is just.
Yeah.
And that's Randy. That's Randy's game too. And
He just-
it's funny because Randy he loved bracket busters, and nobody else
Nobody likes bracket
else-
busters.
That's a 9-7, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fast. Yeah,
So,
it's
yeah.
just fast
And
and
it's got
fast.
giant beads in it too. And
Yeah.
I
And-
bought a set of them and I was like, I could throw these for. No.
He loved them. And then they.
I was like, when I first knew, I was like, these are alright.
Hey, is that how you put? You know how people have a hard time pronouncing my name, Nieves or Nevis, whatever. What's the correct way to pronounce his last name?
Boner.
Boner.
His last name is Boner, like Dick
B-O-N-E-R?
Hard Boner.
It is a boner.
So me and Randy grew up together. Me and Randy have been friends since we were 6 years old.
Yeah.
Like played football together. Like we've literally grown up together.
So he's
our whole
heard.
life.
He's heard it all.
Well, imagine Nip and Boner are best friends walking through school. Like, I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
Wow.
and we've had it our whole lives. dude.
That is
We've done everything together.
Have you brought it into the
Yeah.
Halloween costume? Have you guys taken it
Yeah.
there?
I guess.
I remember at Ryder Cup, Randy wasn't like showing up to his game or something, and like they kept calling his name.
Randy Boner, court
Randy
one,
Boner.
or court 69, right?
That was awesome.
Yeah, his name is just fun. I mean,
What's so
it's
funny
like-
is he's got his sister's
Oh.
But it's
Pretty
two
old.
ends, right? Two ends.
no,
No,
it's not
just
Boner. It's
man.
Boner.
It's Boner.
But what's funny is his sister Kristen in grade school, right? So we wore it, right? We're like Nip and Boner, like who cares, right? It's funny.
Yeah.
His sister was all bashful and shy about it, so she went by
course.
Bonner. And then his, so there's three brothers. That's Randy's dad and his two brothers. Joe and Kenny Boner both go by Boner, but their other brother, Donnie, he legally went and changed it to Bonner, and they're both like,
How did you do that?
They
Add
did
an
the
extra
whole-
end?
yeah, they changed, add the extra in, and then Kenny and Joe are sitting there like Hunter Clayton, like you fucking pussy, you know.
That's freaking awesome.
But yeah, it's Randy Boner.
So what nationality is that though? Where does that come from? You think it's German or something? Or?
I have no idea.
Like that commercial that's talking about he's in an interview with that guy and like, he's like, "Hey, Mr. Dumbass."
Oh yeah.
He's like, "No, it's Dumas."
At the end of it.
Yeah. He's like,
Dumas.
"You're not getting this job, buddy."
Well, a lot of that apparently, like a lot of these name changes were because, like when you were coming through, like when the families were coming through Ellis Island,
No.
the person taking the names didn't know how to spell, so then they just wrote it down, and then
TCL, my last name
that-
ends with an S, and it's supposed to be a Z. I take offense to that.
Well, hey, you better, y'all TCL check CJ, because if it's not changed in that, you'll be kicked out from SIG, right? Because
Yeah.
it has to be first and last.
Can you tell Jason how to spell your name?
I already told him it's Z. It ends with a Z. And for some reason they put S. Marquez.
They're trying to.
Uh,
They're trying to give you some of that white privilege you talk about.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it
Yes.
is.
They're whitewashing my last name.
Yes.
Yeah, but man, and it's, you know what's funny about Randy is, Randy's like slang in Britain
Yes,
for
it is.
getting hard, right?
Randy.
Like you make me Randy,
He's
buddy.
a Randy Boner.
So he's a Randy Boner.
That's a horny
Like
boner.
think about like Austin
He's a-
Powers.
Yeah.
You make me Randy,
Get a little
baby.
Randy.
Right.
Dude,
his
that's
whole name
it's
is just an
okay.
innuendo. Like it's just not even in. It's
Yeah,
like
in the
innuendo.
UK, Randy is horny. So basically, in the UK, his name is horny boner.
Has he ever been to the UK?
He's
I think we need to send him on a first, a first class ticket over there.
Oh my god.
Yeah, if he was to
He'd be the
in
king of the
England,
sex industry
like,
over there.
Seriously, in England, he would.
So he's basically got porn star name.
He does.
Yeah.
1000%.
Yeah.
Wow.
Randy Boner.
Randy Wayne Boner.
Randy Wayne Boner.
That's up there with Dirk Diggler.
Yes.
That's perfect, man. You know, Randy's one of
But
those
that
people.
was a
Randy,
fake name.
I don't know if any of you guys know Randy, but Randy is so good.
Yes.
He's so good. He plays like once in a blue. He has 3 kids. He got started early.
I didn't know he had 3 kids.
Yeah, if he sneezes,
He looks-
somebody gets pregnant.
Just about.
Randy is.
How old is he? 23?
He's
20?
Don't drink
26.
the water.
Him and I are the same age.
Oh.
He just turned 27.
He just looks really young.
Yeah, he just turned 27. So he had 3 kids early. He's got a 4-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a boy the same age as my son. I think his son's a month younger. And so he, and his wife stays at home with the kids, and she has her own business too. She does her thing, and he works, and so very rarely does he have time. And Randy's the best person there is, man. If you need something, the shirt off your back, he's got
He's
it.
solid.
And,
His dad too, man.
His dad, yeah, both. I mean, the whole family's like that.
Yeah.
And so Randy very rarely gets to play. Like, he like comes out of retirement for SIG, and he was like, I asked him to go to Shreveport with me because Luke can't make it, right? And we're setting up a booth and everything. And I'll talk more about that here in a minute. But I was like, hey man, like, he's my partner for Shreveport. And I was like, hey, do you have another vacation day? Can you go down there with me on Thursday? And he's like, no man, I reserved my vacation for my family. Just great guy. And I was like, okay, how much do you make a day at work? It's like, however much. And I was like, okay, I'll pay you. Go with me to Shreveport. Like, all right, I guess.
Hell yeah.
So he's going with me to Shreveport, thank God, and he's gonna help me, because we're pulling a trailer with all our stuff in it and everything.
Yeah.
So he just very rarely plays. Like I talked him into doing the league with me, like the Rockwall League. But he.
When do y'all play Wednesdays?
Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I talked him into it because when we all first started, it was me, Luke, Todd, Kenny, Randy, like all, our little friend group, and everybody went back to Rockwall. Because some of us went to Dallas, some of us stayed in Rockwall for a little while, whatever. Because, when I had my kid, right, Crandall was a lot closer than Rockwall for me.
Right.
And now that we have the bag.
Do you know
show,
where they're gonna hold the next Dallas region? Because I heard they're looking for
they're looking for places, man. There's an issue with Rusted Rail, and
that place was badass too.
I don't want to misspeak, so I don't want to say anything too much.
I'll tell you one thing
It
about
sounded
it.
like it's still amicable at some point because it sounds
they're
like they
regionals, but
Yeah.
I think it had something to do with the time. I said don't quote me because I don't want to say
Yeah,
misspeak, right? But I think it had something to do with like, all right, cornhole can we don't know when a game's going to end, so it can run to midnight. And I think one time it ran over and they're like, absolutely not, we can't do that, and so they.
One thing I say
there
about
was some
Rusted
Shit,
Rail.
at Shenanigans, they finished it in the parking lot before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they definitely kicked us out of Shenanigans too. So
So-
they're usually good.
Okay, if you're a golf course, you want to at least, I don't know what to call it, but the green area, that's whatever hole that is, that's right directly in front
Yep.
of it.
Well, that's the putting
Yep.
green.
Okay.
Or usually the 18th.
Okay, so that's got to be.
No, that's not the 18th.
But
It's
usually-
the I think it's the 9th.
nine. It
It's
is-
the 9th.
well,
Okay,
the
yeah,
nine
or
is
the
right
9th,
there on the
yeah,
side.
it'll either be the 9th or the 18th.
I think that
Where
one
it
needs to
makes
be
the
your
turn.
best looking one. That's got to have the prettiest
Well,
grass.
their whole greens, all their greens are torn up.
I know, but you know
So,
what?
I
Pay
mean-
extra and get that one.
Yeah, but
Well, they do.
but
Most
that
courses
grass
do.
is so finicky, like it can get disease, and you're like, how do you get it from the golfer's shoes? I mean, they can carry it from green to green to green.
I wish I was better at golf, man.
Grass can get a disease.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shit, yeah, dude.
Yeah, they're plant diseases.
What the
Yeah.
hell?
And
I
then-
thought a grass was technically a weed.
There's a bad rose disease. Like if your plant gets it, like
Well,
hazmat comes, like because it'll kill, like it's just like super.
yeah, it's,
Invasive. It's like a
you'll
super
see,
invasive
So sometimes,
type.
sometimes you'll see greens that like at a PJ event that have brown areas on them,
the
and
good
that
stuff.
Yeah.
That's water.
Oh,
I
really?
figured it in case I only
Oh,
have my
I-
water left, so I was like, I'm gonna split it with my comrades.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh, this is the tequila.
Yeah.
They're-
Oh, I can get some tequila.
Oh, do
Yeah. Hey, why were you itching yourself while you were saying that, talking about a disease on the grass?
Where's the itch myself?
he
Because I got
was
sun-
mowing his lawn, and
I
that's
got
what
sunburned the
and
other
now
day.
he's like,
Shit.
shit.
I'm gonna peel. I'm gonna.
And you don't tan, right? You just get red.
You do look.
I'm right there with you. I don't like. I go
I got 3 stages. I got
Ghost
white,
red.
burn, and peeling, and then back to white, and then burn and peeling.
And like Christmas time, you hit that all like albino,
Oh.
that albino shine.
I always say I give a gallon of milk and run for its money.
That's hilarious.
There you go. See, and that's what's great. I tan pretty well. Like I don't burn
And I
very
don't
much.
tan. I don't really burn either.
Us Vikings are out in the sun all day, right?
I don't. That's the thing. So I lifeguarded for 10 years, and I just like I would get a first burn of the year, and I would just be red like for the rest of the year. Like, and I wouldn't burn. From there. I don't turn brown. I just stay red.
Even if you get a tanning bed?
Yeah. I mean, I've never tried. Well, I've never tried a tanning bed.
Or what
We
if
don't
you
have
do?
the pigmentation to tan.
What about if you use those creams?
Hold on, you got.
Tanning oils though. I don't know.
So,
Tanning
see,
oil.
my pigment, you got freckles?
Yeah.
Our pigmentation, that's where our pigment, it didn't.
It just-
Oh, it didn't spread.
So
But
therefore,
my mom
that's,
gets dark.
our,
See, like,
our
my
tan
mom
is right
gets-
here.
See, you get pigmentation when you get a soul, right? Because genders don't have souls, so
I get it.
they lose the ability to tan.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm out of here.
Look at this guy.
I gotta go.
You ready, Freddie?
I gotta go. I gotta go.
Where you gotta go now?
To the house.
You're so funny, dude. You always gotta go somewhere.
I mean, I can't live here.
You're the busiest guy I know.
I would in a heartbeat.
I got kids at home.
I got a wife and kid. I'd pull a Tom Brady. I'm like, no, I'm coming back.
Are you playing anywhere this weekend?
Maybe drop on them, aren't they?
Hey, what tournament were you talking about? That
Saturday, the 140.
No, you said something at Rowlett or Rockwell. The one you sent me the link on.
Oh, that's for the Saxy Lions Club.
Oh,
the
that's
band?
the HGVs running at the Saxy Lions Club.
That's
Oh,
March
that's Hunt County
26th,
Bagger.
I think.
yeah, that's Hunt County Baggers, and then the one I sent you today that you said
Oh,
your wife, shout out Betty, wouldn't let you play do cornhole shit 3 nights in a row.
gotcha. She
That's-
don't. She only lets me play twice a week.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's about me.
that's-
My wife, oh man, that's the one thing. I have an anomaly of a wife.
Well, but also, if you can turn your cornhole game into making money, then
True.
That's what we're trying to do here.
True.
I know.
Yeah.
And I mean that's
Yeah,
part of
no
it. She
problem.
his wife's like, no, that's horseshit. But I mean, that's
keep your.
But I mean,
fucking
it's
job.
true. I mean, every event we go to, the more people we can get the bags in our hands, right? That's what I was saying. At SIG, there's still some people that didn't even know we existed. The more we can get the bags in their hands, the more successful it's going to be.
I'm getting in.
You're damn right on my taxes. I'm writing it off as marketing.
Best looking bag you guys have made,
Thank you.
Yes.
and I probably the bag that it's going to be your best seller of the 3 once people figure it out because of the fact that it is so friendly.
Because they saw CJ throwing 12s with it.
Yeah,
That's how hard they look up. They're like, hey, he throws a 6.7 normally. That fucker was throwing 10.9 or whatever.
Yeah.
So, but
We
no,
need to
just,
get you guys
I
a
do.
tablet so y'all can track your PPR per game
that's
spot.
cool for you guys to say, hey, you know what?
Yeah,
It's not like you said we made a mistake with our first one, but it's you guys were like, hey, you know what? We figured out a way to make it better and more playable.
Yeah. You just expand it, and it's like I still really like the OG. Like it does the cut, and so like
Well, and some people
I
like
play that.
Some
I
people
just,
like a smaller.
here. I'll
feel.
join you on the spot here.
Oh, that's cool. Right next to each other. That's nice. That is super cool. But yeah, I got some cool little hand. That's what's awesome about this thing, man. I love to see people's handwriting. And
Yeah.
And mine's awful. I feel like mine's just always just horrid. It's like nobody can duplicate.
My wife gives me shit. My wife's handwriting is atrocious, and like I swear to you, man, it's so strange. Me and my wife swap on things. Like if she was to cook dinner, she can burn water. It's impressive. And so I
burn water.
I am the cook in our relationship. I also have the most feminine handwriting.
Well, you're the woman
Hey.
of that relationship. So
Hey, have I already asked y'all like to guess what those languages are?
That's
Okay, y'all get up there and see if y'all can guess it.
The middle one is Spanish, or the second row is Spanish.
Second row Spanish. That's right.
This is.
I know. I can't tell the difference between Chinese. I don't know the difference between Chinese and Japanese.
Well, guess
I
then.
think that's Japanese.
I would lean Japanese on the first one.
Okay, it's Chinese.
It is Chinese. Okay.
So you're 1 for 1.
This one is was it Hebrew?
That's what do you think, Glenn? Is he correct?
I think he is.
All right. That's Arabic.
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 So 1 for 2. The fourth one is the third most spoken language in Texas.
Portuguese. Who knows, man?
How big he?
The third one.
The fourth one.
Fourth, that one.
Yeah. You think it's Portuguese?
Oh no, hold on.
Read German.
Vietnamese.
You got it.
Vietnamese. Vietnamese.
All right. So you are 2 for 2.
Yeah, the din gives it away. D-I-N-H. The next one?
Yeah. What's that?
It's like some shit we got in a war over.
Is that
Egyptian?
Is that Russian?
Russian. That's right. So you are 3 for 2.
The last one looks like hieroglyphics, so I have no idea.
You got 2 left.
Is that a
Well, we have bottom two. The bottom one, I think it is French. French?
Italian?
Is the bottom one French?
So you say French. What do you say for the bottom one?
Italian's more Spanish.
That's true.
So
So no, I would go French on the bottom.
you're saying French?
Or is it
Friedensliebe.
German? That's true.
Friedensliebe.
Friedensliebe.
Okay. So you got that one right.
German.
So it's German?
And this one, this we haven't done that one.
Yeah, the
yet.
hieroglyphics.
It's the last one.
I mean, that does look Egyptian. I mean, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Is there an actual?
they're could be like tribes in Africa.
No, but
maybe.
there's no
It's
real.
another religious, historically religious language.
Yeah, I would say something like along the Shiite Sunni, like some kind of Middle Eastern.
When you say it,
It's Hindu.
It's what?
Hindu?
I've never
Really?
seen it. I've never seen it written.
Me neither until I started writing it.
Yeah, I've never even heard that.
I like the double.
Or never seen
the double
it.
yield on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I usually don't tell people is that I know 7 languages.
Yeah, that's.
Fight.